I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fucking ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you. Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
And by the way, welcome to the party. Well, my name's Kid Rock, I'm a Capricorn, and Detroit City's where I was born. When I was young, I knew I'd always be a super live
party.
Yeah, it's a playoff party tonight in the Benchwarmers Podcasting Studio.
I'm glad I took that ketamine.
You know, it's a podcasting party. The NFL playoffs are among us, and we're ready to go. It just stopped. Party's over.
That's one of the symptoms of Omicron. Party just ends.
Kind of just like the Colts season.
Wow. Too soon.
Anyway, so let's start how we all start every week is Ed's here, Jace's here, Willie's here, and Eric will be joining us shortly. But let's how we start every week. How was your week, Ed?
I'm glad you asked me again. I'm going to keep my shirt on this week, but
I
don't know what happened last. Oh, you know what? This whole last week it's been Flu-Rona this, Flu-Rona that. Have you guys seen all that?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not scared. You know, I'm hoping I don't get the flurpies. I'm not taking any chances anymore, though. I've been wearing a condom and my Scooby-Doo mask all week. So if anybody sees me at Menards, any of our listeners, you know, or at the steam baths, stop me, mention the Basement Benchwarmers. I'll get you a free 2021 calendar.
And if he says row, don't worry about it. Jace, anything interesting this week?
I am virtually now for school, just like
we're doing the podcast.
just like all the other schools in KUSD after we all hit our 3% threshold. So I pretty much don't have school for a week. So yeah, nothing.
Did you guys see that now? Besides the Flurpies and the Flu-Rona, now the parents are all upset. There's a computer virus going around. Go ahead,
Willie.
So my week was really, mundane until the Benchwarmers decided to go out for a, night out on the town right during the freezing rain.
What do they call it? It was a planning.
Oh,
session.
Yeah, planning session.
Yeah, we had a quorum, I believe.
A quorum. There you go. And it was
pre-show production.
It was fun picking up Ed to watch the baby giraffe walk out the back door.
I thought we weren't going to bring that. I said we were not going to talk about that.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't hear that. I don't remember. I didn't
remember that part of the conversation.
But the great thing was when we dropped him off, he had to crawl. He had to crawl up to his gate to get in there,
and it wasn't even icy. No, it was icy as shit.
It's too many ciders.
I'm telling you, I was sliding downhill. I know it doesn't look like it on the film, but I was sliding.
You're showing us how to moonwalk, I thought.
That's me. Yeah, smooth operator.
So
what about you, Scooter?
Nothing. Same old, nothing special.
This is our third day together in a row, you know that.
Yeah,
guys.
third day in a row. Yeah. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to tell you guys last. Actually, the weekend of was New Year's Day on a Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. So Saturday and Sunday, New Year's Day weekend, we binge watched Cobra Kai, the new season.
I heard. I was already getting teasers today in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you and Amber do?
Yeah, I wish she still gave me teasers in the car.
And also, then we started watching Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yellowstone. So if you haven't,
just started,
yeah, I'm in the third episode, and it's a pretty good show. I think we like it. I think it was explained to us like the West version of Sons of Anarchy, and it's not as motorcycle gangish, but it's got that feel to it. Every episode, someone dies. So
what you're-
far,
Yeah.
3 for 3.
COVID's really spreading there, huh? No,
If it's involved with bullets and things blowing up, then it's COVID.
yeah, bullet COVID.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, next week you'll be sitting there with a cowboy hat on, a vest, and a flannel,
Yeah.
and a big belt buckle.
But I did say this Ed this week, and we agree. Ed agreed with me. I think you were in the bathroom, or I don't know what you were doing. And when we were out, Kevin Costner is a very good actor.
Oh, he's great.
Range is incredible. He's very, very good in that show. Great. He's great.
He's great in everything. Even like Love of the Game when you see him.
Yeah.
Or any of the baseball movies, he looks that part. All the way back to Dances with Wolves, and
Yeah, I actually enjoy, and it's a good show. So if you haven't watched Yellowstone, people have told me to watch it, and I finally watched it. It's
isn't
worth
that Sam Elliott guy in that one?
No, he's in the new 1883 or 86 one. It's like
It was the year he was born.
It's
that guy. He's supposed to be some badass. He's like 100.
yeah.
He's like, oh, I hit you with my walker.
He was a badass in Roadhouse.
Yeah, Roadhouse. He was. Yeah,
Was it called
that was like
Roadhouse?
Yeah, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Okay, yeah.
It was like 40 years ago. He was an old man then.
Yeah, he's still convincing me.
Yeah.
I'm a big Sam Elliott fan too.
Yeah, Tombstone. He was pretty tough too.
Yeah, Tombstone is really good.
It's like
yeah. So
I guess a 90-year-old guy could be badass. If Chuck Norris was 90, he'd be badass.
yeah, he would.
Good,
Yeah. Betty White was a badass.
yeah,
She was.
good point.
And she was 99.
I'm gonna retract my complaint.
Yeah. Speaking of Betty White, well, not really. That's a terrible segue. God, that's god awful. This past week, this yesterday actually, we lost a big comedic giant. Here's a little taste of one of his movies.
My name is Thurgood. Hi. I'm here today because I'm addicted to marijuana.
You in here for some marijuana? Marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit.
Marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke.
I seen them.
Now that's an addiction, man. You ever suck some dick for marijuana?
Huh?
No, I can't say I have.
I didn't think so.
So that was as we're laughing. Bob Saget passed away yesterday unexpectedly at the age of 65 in Orlando, Florida. Had just got done with a show the night before. Actually, I believe he did a show that night before. And he I put out a tweet actually, like, oh, great to be back and check out my schedule and blah blah. Me and Ed both saw him a few years back.
Yeah, we didn't even know we were each there
at the Genesee, correct? And he was good.
He's pretty blue.
Yeah, he's pretty much does whatever he thinks.
He destroyed that Jack Benny statue out front,
and he creepily talked about how he had fantasies about the Olsen twins
and Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah. It was entertaining. They were all.
And he went out like most comedians do, alone in a hotel room.
They said no drugs were there, no foul play. So that's good. But I don't know. I'm sure he did a lot of cocaine back that day, so that may have affected his heart a little bit. Who knows? But we'll see. I used to read stuff about these guys. It's weird how when these people pass away, you read so much about him. How he was a great guy, which he didn't seem like a terrible person. I never thought he was. No. But it's a great guy. He had backed up a few causes and things like this. So it's sad that we don't hear about these things about these people when they're alive. But a lot of people don't want to know about them when they're alive.
Not good news.
They do it on their side. Yeah, that's true.
You want to hear the dirty laundry?
Doesn't sell papers unless he punches somebody in the street. Then you want to hear about it.
I actually do want to hear about that too.
Now he gives $50,000 to some charity. Nobody wants to hear about that. It's not.
Or taking some kid off the street and help him get his life straight or whatever happened. Yeah, you don't hear those stories.
Yeah,
you hear it in the NFL. The NFL is great because only at like the 1 week out of the year where they have the Walter Payton, was it the sportsmanship or what do they call it? The
man of the year.
Man of the year.
Yep.
And then you find it's like, dude, there's a bunch of good guys in the NFL.
Yeah.
The other 17 weeks, these guys are a bunch of ass wipes.
That's the media, man. The media gets you, right?
Yeah, but then there's a few bad guys like Aaron Rodgers. Oh. Don't cancel me.
Yeah,
I'm not a bum.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a bad guy. He's just annoying.
Yeah. So this week on the show, we will talk about a few things. Obviously, the NFL playoffs are set. A little more talk about Antonio Brown. A little more drama came about after last Monday's show.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, Olin Kreutz and the Bears have a beef, and Rodgers and Hub Arkush have a beef. And Cobra, I talked about Cobra Kai Yellowstone already, so I talk about that. Good, bad, and the ugly. Our poll question tonight was: tell us the concert you went to kind of give us date yourself, correct? Something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
And our snack draft tonight will be greatest playoff performance. And we're not going to include Super Bowl in that. I know the Super Bowl is playoff, but it's not in our case. We just talk about playoff performances. And I think we did it last year. We'll do it every year. It's like our holiday. We'll pick greatest playoff performances. And I did say good. Did I say good, bad, and ugly?
Yes, you
okay,
did.
Well, I'll say it again. Good, bad, and ugly. Also,
great.
We'll have some. What else we have tonight? What else you guys got? We got our beer of the week. I'll be doing that tonight. Eric is remote, so I'll do it for him. Also, anything?
I got this day in sports history.
Got some sports history tonight. Also, don't you have music?
I got music. Since we're doing a little music, I got
Billboard's number one.
Number ones this week.
We could guess maybe. Take a
Yeah,
shot at it?
you can take some shots. I'll give you a little clues.
Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
And then
I wrote a bunch of shit on the toilet, so
okay.
probably be pretty
Bunch of
cheeky.
shit. Cheeky and shit, you said. Shit and cheeky in the toilet.
I retire.
Oh my goodness, that's great. So this week, Olin Kreutz came out and said the Bears offered him $15 an hour to be an NFL coach. And then today, Ed McCaskey responded by they asked him, and Ed McCaskey paused and said, "Everything that Olin Kreutz says, I take with a grain of salt." They asked him again, and he went after and said, "Once again, I'll say what I said," and he pretty much pushed away like it is what like he's not gonna even justify it.
McCaskey goes, how do you get that much?
Yeah. We talked about this yesterday, and let's go around with your thoughts. That you probably heard a lot of story because you probably listen to Chicago radio. I don't know what he was offered. I don't know what his exact comment was. I know it was $15 on. Did they say we'll give you $25,000, and he figured out what it would be in hours if he worked the time? I don't know what he did. I don't know how he figured out. I cannot believe the Bears said you're going to punch a clock. We give $50 an hour. That's the first thing I can't believe. Maybe it was $25,000 to coach,
and you got to take care of the fries,
and you got to mow the grass, and you have to make sure the lines are painted. Everyone, I don't know. So, what is your take on that? We'll start with Willie. Willie never starts anything. Willie, what's your take on the whole situation with that? Is it? I mean, go ahead. What's your take on?
So, the biggest thing I see here is McCaskey. He was talking today. He had the 1 o'clock, and he was talking about how he doesn't want to have to make any decisions. He's just a football fan. So, and this guy's gonna help pick your next general manager and your next head coach and stuff like that. So, I mean, whatever Olin says about him, I think there's probably a little bit of truth to that because George, I think he's just really. I don't think he knows really what the hell's going on. Obviously, I mean, you being a Bears fan, I just don't see the guy. He can't help himself. Who do you have to ask? Bill
Polian, which
Polian
is a good idea because the last time they went through this, they asked Ernie Accorsi, which I thought was Ernie Accorsi is a moron.
Right.
But Bill Polian is very respected. He's done some things. He did take Peyton Manning over Ryan Leaf.
It's like he
did hit on that, which was woo. That's one of those moments in life. It's not that Chargers made the wrong pick. They just took who was left.
That's going to be like on his gravestone. I didn't take Leaf.
So I'm not saying he's a G, but I guess in circles you'll see that's something that you look at. But I agree with you, Willie. When a team has to go out and ask somebody else to do it, then your president of football operations should be Bill Polian. Then,
right? I mean, you don't have a good brain trust there at all.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like
and they haven't. I mean, they tried with Ryan Pace. I'm going to give them credit. They tried. They hired John Fox, made Pace work with them, let him fire him, and then Pace got to hire his own coach, and that didn't work out. But back to Olin Kreutz. I'll go back to Olin Kreutz.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about Olin Kreutz, and what do you think about the situation?
I think there's way bigger problems in Chicago than this stupid thing to be talking about. It'd be like talking about they raised the price to go down the sled hill at Green Bay. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I mean, again, he's never coached before. I'm guessing it was more offered like as an internship. I believe we talked about this yesterday. I'm guessing it was more of an internship to see if he wanted. Some of these guys just show up for an hour here, a couple days here. They go back to their high school team or whatever, because you see that all the time now.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems. I mean, I'm guessing it's more like you said. They probably said, "Hey, $25,000, come out and work around with the guys
and go from there."
And he probably was like, "Well, if I'm going to work 8s for 24 hours,
Jace, look up what Owen Krutz made in his career. No, that's what I'm gonna say exactly.
I mean, it's still a business. I mean, they should be paying their employees, but it doesn't sound like this guy was going to be a full-time employee.
There's a lot of ex-players that go to coach teams that don't get paid anything
at all. That's what I was going to say. If you really like your team and you want to try to help
and become a coach, if he goes in there and the offensive line would explode, guess what? Someone's paying him next year. If the Bears want to pay him, he'll just say, "Hey, Seattle, you need an offensive line coach? I'll do it for you." And he was going to be an assistant line coach, not the line coach. So basically, kind of learning for the year. You know.
He has a net worth of $15 million. Salary per year was $4 million.
Okay, so he's
pretty well to do. He makes like twice as much as Willie.
He made good money. He made good money as an NFL player, and hopefully he doesn't need the money, which I don't think he does. And I think it's a lot to do with, and I like you said, I think Olin Krutz and a lot of ex-Bears players just have a beef, and that's where I kind of get in the problem with this. A lot of these ex-players will talk about how they love to play for Chicago. And a lot of these players, not many leave Chicago. There's a few that have left, not like the situation. Kyle Long was one, but that was more with the coaching. He never really beat up the McCaskies. But it's just weird how these players all of a sudden, 7 years later, it's almost like what Owen Krutz is doing now, and this is what I believe. He's being a politician. He's like, I'm going to join the mutiny and hate the Bears, and I'm going to try to maybe get in there and become something with the Bears now, because now they're talking that players want to have say. And here's the bottom line with it: right. You can say what you want about Ed McCaskey. You can say you can say all you want about how bad the Bears are in their front office. Okay, all you want. Okay, and here's the thing: it's still their team, and you're going to allow players to make decisions for you that could cost you millions in the long run. I mean,
no,
exactly. It doesn't.
Would you, at work, would you allow your employees to tell you how to run the company? You would take,
if I ask,
you would take
things,
constructive criticism,
yes,
and
yes.
But if he goes, well, we can't make payroll this week, then the guys go, well, I think we should pay the that we're not doing that shit.
And I think we all sit here and do it. I do it. We all do it. Everybody does it. We're all armchair quarterbacks and armchair GMs and say we should do this, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? When you get in those buildings, there's salary cap specialists you got to work with. You got to understand. You can't go out when they say, why didn't they go sign that guy? And they tried. But Odell Beckham in Green Bay was an example. The Packers didn't have the money to pay him, and maybe didn't want to go. There's two things that sit there. Okay, so you don't go there because the Rams had a few more bucks maybe to spend. I don't know. That's just how it works. Or the Packers said, we'll give you this much. And the salary cap person said, because we're going to have to pay someone else this much next year. It worked. There's a effect. And when people say, oh my God, they're crazy for that, there's other things that fall into this situation.
You have to have checks and balances, because
yes,
if you're letting Justin Fields pick, all these things, he's only going to be there 2 or 3 more years possibly.
Exactly.
And he's, I want to win right now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
and we don't have the firepower to win right now.
And I'll ask a question. I'll ask. You're a Packer fan, and Willie, you can answer it too. How do you think? And you have to really think about this question. Maybe it's an answer for later, not right this minute. But how do you think the Packers front office would be looked at if they didn't have Aaron Rodgers? That's a question.
I think they're beat up pretty good anyways with Gutekunst.
But even if you take Jordan Love out of the equation, the last bunch of years they draft cornerbacks at a ton and running backs. And yeah, Aaron Jones was great, but that's one pick. AJ Dillon was a good pick. That's one pick. Their best cornerback maybe right now is the guy they picked off of a practice squad. They've drafted cornerback, and Jair Alexander's hurt. I know that.
Yeah, but they picked a lot.
But every single year they're picking these guys, so they got to hit on one of these guys eventually.
Well, they've hit on a lot of them actually. The corners. Casey Hayward. And,
but once again, they should have kept Casey.
They should have, but they don't do that.
Micah Hyde, and it's
kind of like the Bears let their running backs go to, or what they just use them. And I guess that's what they're that must be in their
Forte kept for 2 contracts. So
the Packers have kept guys, and they'll keep Jerry Alexander.
But I'm just saying, I look at it that's a question. Without Aaron Rodgers, how would they be looked at? Because they wouldn't have the record they had.
Oh, absolutely,
of course not.
We saw Young the second.
Look at
the second half.
Look at a lot of these. Look at a perfect example. Bill Belichick. He was a terrible head coach until he went to New England, and he became a good head coach. You see it now. He knows what he's doing. He's a good GM too. He knows what he's doing with personnel. But he got with Tom Brady, and then that became just a. If he didn't have Tom Brady, would Bill Belichick still be looked at the way he is? I don't think so.
The Packers make a good move signing LaFleur.
We don't know.
Because do you think?
I don't know. Mariota didn't look that good in his offense.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. And he had Derrick Henry. They didn't start Derrick Henry either at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to split time with the small dude that went there from
Chris Johnson or what?
No, it was another dude they brought from New England. He came from New England.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I look at it that way. I look at and you know what? I'm not going to be able to flirt about Derrick Henry because that could have been the head coach's decision. That could have
And
been
Green Bay's got a different situation too because their front office, they don't have an ownership system like everybody else. Where Robert Kraft goes, I want a damn winning team right now.
And that's the thing.
And they don't. They have we got to make money and we've got
you look at all these teams, you look at every team that just fired coaches. Well, the one common denominator is they're not and they're not good at the quarterback division. We don't and the Bears we don't know because
or they have a developing quarterback.
Well, and that's not the case. They just don't have a good situation at quarterback.
I mean,
that's a basic thing. That's the
who's going to get fired. I mean, are we going to talk about all that?
We'll talk about
who's fired.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I got the list. But I'm just saying, we got to use the Packers. Let's use Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay didn't get Tom Brady, would they be good last year and good?
They weren't the year before.
Exactly. This is the weird thing. The front office, it doesn't matter how good your team is, you need a quarterback nowadays. Obviously, we're not dumb here. We're not morons sitting here. But even if Brett Favre didn't end up going to Green Bay and become who he can, would
Ted Thompson?
No. Ron Wolf be considered a genius? No, probably not.
Yeah, he built a pretty good defense. They wouldn't have tried to build a defense if they were at 4 and 12.
They've had great defense for how many years?
Right,
overall.
but if they're 4 and 12, they're not going to spend that money either.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard. You know what?
You need to have.
I wasn't a big fan of Ted Thompson, especially. Ron Wolf, though, when he had the chance,
he knew what to do.
He spent the money.
Yes, and they built the team, and they did
when they had to.
You're right, and they did
just
it correctly.
Just like the Cubs did when they had to.
But they knew they cut their losses too. Like Cubs did. They figured out we got to cut these guys, and then they got Favre, and they were good with Favre. You know, Mike Holmgren, they did win a Super Bowl not with Favre. I'm sorry, they didn't miss their chance against the Giants.
I'm going to say the Packers have to do pretty good. I mean, I know they've got the quarterbacks, but they've been good almost every single year for 25 years now.
Take away Favre and Rodgers, and I bet I could pull 1,000 Packer fans and hopefully.
Yeah, but if you're but if you would have picked up instead of Rodgers, you'd have picked up Jimmy Garoppolo and say Khalil Mack, then because they would have the more money, or not Jimmy Garoppolo because he does have a pretty big contract. But.
Well, let's say they would draft it.
I'm just saying, go out and pick them up, or Tannehill, say, and put him in there, and then say you would have another defensive player or two.
Well, you
would have spent the money differently.
Here's a question too: if they didn't draft Aaron Rodgers or get Aaron Rodgers,
Favre would have played more years.
Do you think they would have won another Super Bowl with Favre?
Possibly.
I think so.
Yeah,
would have been interesting.
They were a good team. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. But the question. I think I don't know. I just disagree. I don't think
it's hard. It's hard. It's completely hypothetical. So it's.
But you look. It's almost like it's a formula. You have every year. Every coach who gets fired doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, but what happens if
it doesn't matter? It does. It's a formula.
It's like a lottery.
So if they wouldn't have picked Aaron
really
Rodgers and they would have went, say, after say they win one more with Favre, 3 years down the road, they're a 4-12 team and they draft Mahomes, or you don't know because they would have been picking.
Well, no, I'm just
they
saying,
would have been picking from a higher spot.
But then the coaching changes and
change and shit goes to all the hell.
And then you have to understand that what me and Willie see. It's easy for fans of teams like with Brady and Rodgers and all them to go, oh my God, you guys suck. Blah,
Lions
blah, blah.
have had good quarterbacks for years.
Yeah, but
Stafford.
Stafford was good. Yeah,
I mean he's been good, but I mean
they didn't really build correctly around him. Their front office was drafting running back receivers for 8 years in a row.
Maybe they should trade some of those receivers to Green Bay for cornerbacks.
And now that right? falls back. Now that falls back to front office problems, and they made a huge mistake. And once again.
That's another part of owning the team.
Bears and Lions are a
that's a family thing again.
Yeah.
And
that's the problem. And if you got Jerry Jones or if you got Robert Kraft, those guys go out and they're trying to win every year.
Yeah.
The Packers are in a weird situation, but the Bears, I don't know. They don't seem to make the right choices from the management, from the ownership.
Yeah.
To me, it goes all the way from the ownership down to the coach.
Well, I hope. Yeah, I hope Bill Polian. We'll finish this because he don't like talking about the Bears. So
I don't give a shit.
No, not you.
I'm ready. I'm all pumped up because now if they get some new ownership or new leadership in there, get a new stadium, I'll be a Bears fan in a few years. I'm not joking. Hey, I've been a Cubs fan. I can go through losing. But if they're right down here, I mean, I like the culture of the Bears fans and everything.
So let's bring in Eric.
Hey, especially if you get to
Eric,
watch football in December inside.
Eric is here.
Exactly.
Yes, you
And
gotta bring
it's
him in.
35 minutes away.
Eric, what's up?
Hey,
Is Bear jersey on?
How's it going?
yeah, I got Dow Bears.
Is that a beaver on that show? Oh, that's a badger. I'm sorry. It's a
No, there's a beaver. Forget it.
Bucky the Beaver.
So
Can you
what's
guys
up?
hear me okay?
Yeah, but I think we sound great. So how's it
No.
going?
Mute him.
How's it going?
It's going okay. I'm getting ready to watch this national championship, I guess.
What? There's a game on tonight?
Yeah. See, I feel like it's been the same team the last 10
Is
years.
it Division 3 or Division 2?
3.
Okay.
So real quick, since you brought it up and you just got here, Eric, let's talk about that game going on tonight. We could talk more about. We'll talk about the firings like we talked about in a second. But let's talk about the game tonight. Georgia, Alabama tonight in the championship. It is the 6th time in history that we have a matchup of 2 top 5 teams twice in a season. And guess what the trend is? The team that won the first game didn't win the second game. That is a trend. So do you guys believe Georgia will continue that trend tonight and win this game and beat Alabama?
30-27 dogs.
Wow.
He's been saving that one up all day.
He's been all day when he's been in class.
Wait, what class?
Ed, what do you think?
I thought Georgia was by far the best team in college football all year. By far. So I see him winning.
Okay. Eric, what do you think?
Well, I think in the first matchup, Georgia was a little bit off offensively.
I'm sorry. Do you think they were maybe like a little like almost like it's a dumb word, starstruck or an awe, but it's almost like they almost thought they were going to go in there and it was going to be just Alabama the way they got off. They kind of threw them back like, oh my God, we're not ready for this. We thought we were the better team and it's not working out that way. Is that what you're kind of saying? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so. I think they didn't. I mean, maybe they weren't prepared, or they just kind of like you said, they were struck by the Alabama bug. I mean, Alabama came in motivated and ready in that game, and they just couldn't catch back up. I mean, I think Georgia. I'm going to take them. I like what Jay said, like a 3-point game. Like a 27-24 or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Willie, what do you think about this game tonight?
Well, the Bulldogs beat the crap out of the Wolverines. So of course I want to see Georgia win. I'm tired. Hey, Nick Saban runs a good program there, but it's how hard is it to recruit there? He just, puts up the phone, go, hey, you want to come play for me? Whatever 5-star, with the exception for the kid from Jackson, going to Jackson State to play for.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that too tonight again. I'm bringing that up later. I want to bring that up about the HBCU thing happening right now, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a great thing. It's good. Awesome. I think Georgia's going to win this game. And the reason I think Georgia wins this game is just because, like Eric said, this is going to be a different night. I think they learned. It was good they got to play. I think it was great they played Alabama already. Because I think they learned, okay, this isn't like the rest of the year. Alabama's better than they were advertised. Because Alabama, I didn't think was that great going into that game. I thought they were good, but they were struggling. They almost lost a week before.
They should have
Auburn.
They should
have lost that game.
Yeah. Oh, we were watching that. Yeah.
They should have lost the game to Auburn, and there was Auburn made a terrible time. Alabama shouldn't be in this game tonight. If Auburn goes out, if Auburn slides down, they're not in this game tonight. That's a crazy thing about how this
I don't
works.
think they should have been the 1 seed.
That doesn't matter.
But Auburn, Alabama is essentially Michigan State. Auburn's always going to give them a fight.
But they should have won the game. Auburn, it was crazy. And I think like Eric said, I think Alabama playing them or Auburn. Georgia getting to play them already. I believe that Georgia learned their lesson, and I think. And the only thing that worries me about Georgia a little bit, and kind of a lot of it, is that the thing that only worries me, and I think Georgia's going to win, and I agree it's going to be. I think it's more like a 7 to 10 point game personally. But if they do get in the same situation, their quarterback play isn't like Alabama's quarterback play. Alabama, if gets behind by a little bit, they can go in their head. We can try to water and get back in this. I don't think Georgia's good enough at the quarterback position. He's good. He's a good college quarterback, but I don't think
good,
he's
good game manager.
Yeah, he's not the kid across the field in Alabama, and that's the X factor. He got the Heisman Trophy. He won it. He's already played well in one of these games already. He hasn't this is in his first game since he won the Heisman, so he got to play one already. But I do like Georgia. I think Georgia learns, and I think their defense comes up big tonight. I think they kind of they slow this Alabama offense down and put them kind of in
I think
check.
they learned a lot from their loss.
These championship games, a lot of times they seem to go high scoring, and which I hope it is. But I think we're gonna might have a low scoring minute. I think it's gonna be in the 20s. I think. I don't think you're gonna get much higher. I hope it's high scoring for entertainment purposes.
If we're staying up late, I want to see 60 to 55.
I think like I'm gonna say 24-14, 24-17, somewhere in that range.
Would it be crazy if it was like an Ohio State Utah State game?
That'd be fun. I'll take that. I'll take that. If it's 52-50, that'd be awesome.
Or Cowboys and football team.
Yeah, Cowboys and football teams. and Eric's Beaver shirt.
I don't know where you're getting the Beavers.
Oh, it's
Badgers.
Badger. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really see a.
I should change your name to Wisconsin Beavers. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, a badger's closer in species to a wolverine, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Beavers are way different.
They have big teeth.
They got huge teeth,
and they bite.
Especially after you just get them stuffed.
Ever tell you a story? I almost got bit by a badger.
Hey,
did you?
Oh my god! I
at the zoo
because you
again?
grabbed your beaver.
Did I ever show you that picture?
Oh, you showed me.
It was like from like
in the burrow.
Yeah, it was from like 2 inches away in a burrow, and that sucker come out after me.
They got sharp like
they're
nails
vicious.
too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
like
vicious.
claws or
What do you
whatever.
think
Yeah.
they dig
Nails.
with?
They got nails and they're painted.
I was like a cat back then. I was a lot younger and
Garfield,
100 pounds.
Garfield the cat.
He
Or
like-
Heathcliff.
Yeah, Ed like lasagna.
Big Cat Williams.
Garfield.
They use their claws to dig, right? Like make their burrows.
Yes, they do.
Pick their teeth after eating Ned's face.
It was close. He was not
He
happy.
went, he went to see if he needed a hug.
He did not like the Flash.
So it's a clean sweep.
Let's
The
go,
base of
Georgia.
bench owners think Georgia's going to win, so Alabama's winning the game, I guess.
Yeah, I'm running away.
50
There's the jinx.
We give him a kiss of death.
So let's go with Good, Bad, and the Ugly real quick. Good, Bad, and the Ugly, sponsored by
Verizon.
Verizon. I don't know.
Oh, wow, we got
Number
Verizon.
one
That's
most
great.
reliable network.
Wow. Jake's throwing plugs out. So let's start with the ugly. Let's start with, I'm going to start tonight. I don't
You
start.
started.
I
You
never
started.
start.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the ugly. I'm going to start with, this is, I was going to say one thing, but I'm sure someone's going to say it, so I won't say it. I'm going to say the coach of the Chargers.
Yep. That was
That
mine.
was ugly.
Yeah.
And the reason it was ugly, it wasn't because he calls timeout, but this dude goes for it on 4th and 2 from his own 20 early in the third quarter, down by 3 points. His own 20, 4th and 2, and it was a legit 2. It wasn't like 1.5 or 1. Runs the ball, gets stuff, leads to a field goal for the Raiders, and the game went to overtime. Then he calls timeout when I firmly believe, and I think we're finding out they were ready to just say we're going to hand it off and be done here.
Yep.
And you see when they call timeout, Derek Carr goes over, flings his hand toward their sideline and goes, "Let's fucking go." That's exactly what he said.
Mhm.
He talked
Yeah,
to both.
They ended up
the
all
game.
off.
It's like
They got through the line, and guess what? Got
Field
that
goal.
10 yards and kicked the field goal.
so if you're in Las Vegas and you're playing blackjack and you get 2 10s, do you hit or do you stay? Because I think Brandon Staley, I think, would be a guy that would hit. Yeah, hit me.
He's not, and guess what? As his track record is, he would not get the ace.
Exactly.
Figured it out.
Jeez. That was
It
the
was
dumbest thing. I think it was clear that the Raiders were just going to run the clock out. I mean, to me, it was clear. The reason, I mean, they weren't calling timeouts.
No, and as soon as the game got tied, there was no point to risk it anymore for either team.
Nope.
I just
It was, and actually, the Raiders threw the ball the first play, which I was incredible. And then after, I'm like, well, they're going to go for it. And all of a sudden, they start running it. I'm like, I think they figured out we don't need to do this. We're
Yeah.
in. We just can't fumble or get something blocked. Let's just and if we go to punt, I guarantee the Chargers probably wouldn't rushed them. They probably took the punt, Favre caught it, and they would have took the ball to 10 and kneeled down. Probably ran it out.
Yeah.
There was about a minute left if that happened.
And as
so-
I've seen the meme today a lot, Brandon Staley has taken away Justin Herbert from the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Justin
crazy.
Herbert.
He's had
threw
such a
two-
great season.
He threw 2 of the best balls I've
Oh,
seen.
they were
And I've
like
seen there's a
bullets.
lot. These 2 balls, 4th and 20 from the 4th and 21 from the 23, and then last play of the game, 2 darts in between 2 guys right in the guy's chest. If they didn't catch it, it was their fault. Incredible. It was
What
incredible.
quarterbacks were taken ahead of him? There were 2, weren't there?
I have to look it up.
He was
Jason will-
2020 draft order, right?
Yeah, 2020 would have been 2 years ago. Yeah. So that's my ugly. Jace will find that for us.
It would have been 2020
because it's
20. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
2019.
yeah, he was drafted through the TV screen.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yep. COVID year.
Because I mean, I find it hard to believe there were that many guys. You see him play.
Well,
it's like he stands out.
But remember this: if the NFL is so bad at this, remember he wasn't supposed to start either. So
Right.
this is just
and what was it?
And why did he start? Why did he start?
Tyrod Taylor got the old shot.
Yeah, he got that thing in the chest or what was it?
His lung.
His own team didn't see it, so it's one of those things that it's just one of those
But
guys. That's
you're
not-
saying he's throwing darts. I
Oh.
mean, and he looks.
Well, he had a
legit
strong.
out
I mean, Ryan Leaf had a strong arm too. Though,
He's throwing darts just like that doctor was.
But yeah, I think Justin Herbert, along with Joe Burrow, the future for the NFL is bright at that spot with those two. They're good pack, and Herbert can run a little
And
bit.
Tua too. Tua's.
We'll talk about Tua later.
I love Tua.
I think Tua is garbage.
Joe Burrow.
He's almost undefeated.
He got Brian Flores fired. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead with the ugly Peter. Peter.
Wait. There were 2 backs. Yes. Joe Burrow and Tua, and then Chargers took right after Tua at 6.
Okay, so not terrible.
Yeah, Burrow's legit. We're finding out.
So my ugly is it's a Rich Eisen tweet.
Okay,
which you're gonna get here. So in the span of 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
the Colts went from the team nobody wanted to see in the playoffs to a team nobody is seeing in the playoffs, which I thought was awesome. Right?
Yeah.
We were all on that.
I love the Colts. I
that
thought they were all
Frank Reich
I'm a huge
bandwagon.
Frank Reich. I thought Jonathan Taylor. I thought but their defense let them down yesterday. I mean, they didn't score a ton, but their defense was terrible yesterday. God awful.
It was
Trevor
embarrassing.
Lawrence went on the field on him, no problem.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Trevor Lawrence didn't look, and we'll talk about that. Did the Darrell Bevel deserve a shot? The way he turned Burrow. I mean, Lawrence has 2 best games the last 2 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Bevel ain't going to get the job, but does he deserve a chance? I mean, after that,
Probably. He's
You might
he's
get
a
him
good
cheap.
coach.
Yeah.
Get him cheap.
He might get.
He
He'll get
spent
a
a lot of
coordinator
money
job,
on
but
it.
he's not going to get a head coaching job just because.
It's bad enough he's got that stupid Seattle thing hanging over his head still.
Yeah.
And how many coaches have been complete disasters, that just weren't ready? Obviously, he can
Dan
coach.
Quinn.
We could name 30.
Dan Quinn went to a Super Bowl though.
Yeah, no, but
That's
He blew it up there.
Yeah.
28-3.
Yeah. Eric, you're ugly.
Well, you guys took my top 2 uglies. So I'll just say, like, in general, it was ugly to see a lot of these teams that had the playoffs right in front of them with poor performances all weekend. I mean, and I'm not just talking about playoffs, but seeding. The Patriots losing, and I mean,
Arizona,
and you could go on and on and on. There was a bunch of situations. Obviously, the Colts, that's terrible. But a bunch of like teams that needed certain, shoe-in wins for seeding just couldn't get the job done. So I just thought it was kind of ugly. When you have that right in front of you, that should motivate you. And a lot of teams just didn't get it done. And look at the Chargers. I mean, they shouldn't have even been in that situation. They're a better team than the Raiders. I mean, they shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been.
Raiders have played well the last 4
They
weeks.
did, but throughout the year, were you like, are the Chargers a better team than the Raiders? Where would you go the whole season?
I think
The
last
Chargers-
night's game was pretty much what they are. They're pretty
Yeah.
even. Actually, I think Herbert's a better quarterback, but
Carr's a
Carr's
good
Carr's
quarterback,
gritty. Carr
Yeah.
reminds me of and when I say this, he reminds me of Favre a little bit in his attitude.
See, he could have wound up in
The way,
Green
and
Bay.
not the way, but I'm just saying the way he plays the game. He doesn't care. He doesn't seem like a stat guy. He makes a mistake. He turns it out. He don't give a crap. He's
Yeah.
gonna go out there and make the next play. He don't care. He's just looking to win football games.
Well, and especially he's been on the Raiders.
And I
his whole
would
career.
I would take him on my team if there was nothing. I mean, I would take him. I mean, it is what it is. But I just think that I agree. I would like to see Herbert get some chance in the playoffs, but we'll see. I mean, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. It just sucks. I agree. It sucks that Herbert didn't get in.
Did the game already start?
Yeah,
It is.
Oh,
it is
okay.
right now.
Because
You guys aren't watching it?
screaming at us.
No.
No, and the thing is, you showed that who had that thing about Carr, how he's like, hey man, good play, picking
Yeah.
guys up.
Scott sent that to
You
us,
sent
right?
that out.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
He's like
guys
Philip
like that,
Rivers out there. He reminded me
No,
of,
Philip Rivers is an asshole.
Yeah,
I don't
Philip.
feel-
Yeah, Philip Rivers is a jerk.
Well, and here's the thing too. A lot of people forget. 4 years ago, Derek Carr broke his leg in the last game of the season.
And he didn't get to play in the playoffs that year.
Yep, because they went to the playoffs and they lost in the first round.
Good for him.
To
I-
the Texans. Deshaun Watson led Texans, I believe.
That was his rookie season. It would
How
have
have they been doing without a quarterback?
Not making the playoffs.
No.
Ed, you're ugly.
You're ugly.
We've
I
talked.
said it again.
I hear that every day when I go home. I
That's
mean,
just your mirror.
Indianapolis was just ridiculous. They just they screwed the pooch. But I still like the Chargers coach, and I don't know if that was you guys talk about that play again where they were going to just go. I don't see the Vegas wanting to go play Kansas City after they just got beat by like 35 against them like 2 weeks ago. I just don't see them giving up and saying we want to play KC.
Who are we gonna play? You're gonna play.
And who do they? I mean,
Yeah, now they
so
play the Bengals, right?
Yeah, I think they would rather play the Bengals than KC, but
Easy
he's
to
had
say.
2 years now, and you were talking about Tyrod Taylor. Obviously, this coach, he was there last year, right?
No,
Brian Flores?
No, you're talking about Houston.
Lynn?
No, Staley or whatever.
no,
Staley.
This is his rookie year.
This is his rookie year?
This is first year.
Yeah.
coach.
Okay, so maybe that's what
Lynn got fired last year.
Yeah, Lynn got fired. Lynn's getting fired again too. I heard.
He didn't think
In Detroit.
Herbert was good enough to play over Tyrod Taylor. Remember, even after he's like, "Oh, Taylor's coming back," you know.
Yeah.
And then Herbert goes on to be the greatest quarterback start of a career ever.
Oh yeah,
or
because
whatever.
wasn't it Hard Knocks on them last year too?
Yes, it was.
And because
it
we
was
watched
a
the
steal
watch.
because I remember seeing Herbert. I'm like, Herbert's good.
Name
Yeah.
another team that's got a quarterback right now as good as Herbert that's not in the playoffs.
The Jacksonville Jaguars hasn't looked yesterday.
No, he's not. He hasn't proven anything yet. But
No, you're right.
other than maybe
he's the
Russell
best
Wilson.
quarterback not in the playoffs.
Russell
Wilson.
By far.
Russell Wilson.
But
would
there's
be-
not a ton of
And that
them out
was-
there. I mean, the good quarterbacks are pretty much all in.
Yeah.
And Herbert's he's legit. That's not got to be bad coaching, man. I'm telling you.
team sport, man.
It's a team sport, and if you don't,
It did allow
He's-
32 points though.
how many games?
Yeah, I mean,
How many
big
games
picture.
have they lost by like 5 points or under? A ton in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That team knows how to choke.
Yeah.
They're good at it.
One of these years they should explode. Then I thought that was going to be this year. In fact, I picked them to win like 13 games.
How far are they from winning 13 games right now? They
think
don't look far away.
It's a couple plays a game, really, and I mean, they have a good defense. I don't know what it is. Like you said, it's coaching. You know, we saw what this guy did, making some rough decisions early in the game, late in the game.
He did it early in the season. He went for 2 early in the season against them.
I'm changing my ugly again. It's going to be going by the frickin' computer AI thing that says you go for it on 4th and 2 at your own 20.
Yeah.
I'm calling that ugly.
Where's the analytics in that? That's just
Dude,
that's
it's ridiculous.
Just like-
I
just
didn't
like pulling
see
your
the game,
starters?
so but after hearing that, that's just idiotic.
It's kind of like the
All
Rays
right,
manager.
let's move on here. We're gonna miss the whole game.
The bad I've got is I forgot. I lost my train of thought now.
There's so much this weekend.
Oh, what was the bad in my head? I can't remember. I just thought
You
of it.
want me to take it?
Yeah,
so
go
you can
ahead.
think about
Because
it?
I just thought of
come
it.
back around,
and-
My bad is 4.4. 4.4 QBR rating.
Who's
Wrong.
that?
Carson Wentz, 9 for 17 for 100 yards, interception, lost a fumble. And you know what? This would never happened if the NFL hadn't changed their COVID quarantine from 10 days to 5 days.
Yeah. That was week before, right?
Right, yeah.
So
yeah.
he could have still been sick, and he's
He
out there
was sick,
playing.
but it would have been 10 days.
No, he tested negative, but he could still play, they said, yeah. Because he
That's
can't.
because he's on the ivermectin now.
Yeah.
The horse paste.
He that was week before though, the week they lost to the Raiders, actually.
I thought it was this coming up.
No, he came in the Raiders game. This week he was healthy all week. The Raiders
But
game.
if it had been 10 days, maybe not.
Yeah.
No, he would have been back in time for that.
They usually
Yeah.
squeezed it in there.
He came in the day of the Raider game. He showed up at the stadium. He wasn't there at all for practice.
Well, the
He
reason
came
they
in.
do the 10 is because they do it. They only test them on Monday. So he could have had COVID for 3 days. They play the game. They get tested on Monday. Positive. You miss a game, and then you're back on Wednesday the next week. So you're only missing 1 game.
Yeah.
And now, don't get me wrong. It has nothing to do with being safe. It has all to do with keeping these guys in the games.
Yeah. Well,
and looking like you're doing something.
I mean, they all had Rodgers had to miss a game. So
1 game. That's all you can miss because the
Well,
way
I'm
they
just
got
saying, a lot of guys had to miss. He got lucky.
If it would have been on Saturday they tested, he would have missed 2 games. They all would be, but they're only testing on Monday after the game.
Well, no, Colts, they test every day they're walking
Colts, Yep, they test every day when they walk
Really?
in on Hard
in. Oh yeah,
Knocks.
they showed it.
good for them.
Every day they walk. I think every team has to. They have
I
people
thought it was only
Yeah,
on
no.
Monday mornings.
Now with the new COVID rules that they just put in place, every team has to test every day again.
Yeah.
So why are they testing only Monday morning? That's when all of the
No,
thing comes out
they're
every week.
But then you can catch it later.
Is one quarterback miss?
Like the Colts week, like guys caught it like every day. They had guys catch it.
How many guys missed 2 games during the year?
Well, who found out game day? The one guy,
Ryan Kelly.
No, Darius Leonard found out game day.
And
So he missed
Quentin Nelson
2 games.
found out the day
Yeah, you can
before.
test the days games. And
I didn't
everything.
hear of anybody missing 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I
Quentin
always
Nelson
heard
got
Monday morning.
and they test before they get on the plane. If they have to fly,
Yeah.
they get tested before that because that's when they found out Quentin Nelson on Hard Knocks had it.
Yeah, he can't get on the plane.
I don't watch Hard
And
Knocks.
he missed 2 games, Quentin Nelson.
Yep.
Because
You'd have to. That's what I'm saying. But I always hear Monday mornings when everybody gets nailed.
That's when a lot of it comes out because their people are getting it more.
Well, they're probably going out the weekend and they
Well,
or
and
Sunday
from
nights after the
games-
game
and from
stuff,
games too, yeah.
who
Yeah, but you
knows?
wouldn't be testing right away. It takes days
I don't know.
to build up enough viral load. Oh, but anyways.
Oh, viral load.
My bad is Joe Judge being kept in New York, and the bad part of it was on 3rd and 8 or 9 from his own 5, with 5:21 left in the
Second
third-
half, second quarter.
Okay, it's my story. He decides to line up like they're kneeling down, and the game comes on red zone. I'm like, oh, okay, they're kneeling. Why are they showing this? I go, oh, maybe they fumble or something. It's gonna be a cool play. And then I'm like, there's 5:21 left, and it's 3rd down. They ran it. Just the quarterback pushed up the field for 3 yards, and they turn around and punt, and they're down 9-0. This is what they did. They basically gave up in the second quarter.
They don't want to lose.
Roll over and play dead.
It was terrible. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, and the guy keeps his job. I was like, how does this guy keep his job? I mean, you gave up in an NFL football game, basically. You gave up. You just said, whatever. We're not good enough, And your players got to love it. They got to be like, what? This guy has this team. If I don't know what happens next year, but they will be the worst team in the NFL next year. That's my guess.
And they were picked to make the playoffs this year by a lot of people.
Well, their GM retired today.
But that's the one thing. Hey, that's
retired in quotations.
Maybe Edwin.
Oh yeah. He's like, screw. He probably retired because of that. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
he's been terrible though.
They're keeping the coach. So
you want to hear a good Giants stat I saw today? Oh, let's see where I got it right here somewhere. The Giants used a 1st-round pick on wide receiver Kadarius Toney and made Kenny Galladay the highest-paid wide receiver in free agency by spending $72 million in 4 years on him. Now they had 2 other pretty good wide receivers too. I mean, Shepard and
Darius
Slayton,
not Darius Slayton.
Yeah,
Where's Darius?
I think it's Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton. Yeah.
Well, so they used their 1st-round pick on Toney, and they made their biggest splash on a wide receiver. Neither scored a
Sound like the
touchdown.
Lions.
Not one touchdown between the 2 of them
But
for the whole year.
I know they weren't great. They didn't work out.
I remember
but
you needed a
that's
touchdown from Galladay.
I need a catch.
One catch from Galladay. That's right.
But I guess in their defense, I mean, the offense had a decent line. They had a running game. So if they add those 2 guys and they splash, your offense should be great. But
Yeah, they weren't.
Well, it was because you know why? Because the quarterback sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going back to
But
that.
they're going to keep the quarterback.
If you gave Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or whoever, if you gave them Tony or give him Galladay. Galladay
would have been a
10
monster
touchdowns.
in Green Bay.
I mean, that's the difference. We talked about it. That's the difference. It's the quarterback. That's what it is.
But so if you put Belichick in New York,
well, he doesn't throw a ball very well though.
But it doesn't matter. he would have coached that team better than.
I don't know, Daniel Jones going to be his quarterback. That's the
It
thing.
might be gone. Yeah, he goes, give me
but
Garoppolo back in here.
this is why Belichick's good because he has full control.
Exactly.
He does everything himself in that town, and it worked for him.
But it works for him. Yeah. How did it work for Mike Sherman in Green Bay? It was a disaster.
They gave him a lot of responsibility that it
didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they went to the playoffs and stuff.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were a playoff team,
but that was a good team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Is Daniel Jones that bad?
He gets hurt a lot. I don't know if that's.
I don't know. He looks pretty bad to me.
I don't know.
Willie thinks he's good.
No, I don't. I wouldn't.
So I mean, they're kind of stuck now. But then they got 2 top picks this year too.
Yeah.
I think they got 2 top 10 picks.
5th and 8th.
I think they got bullied into making that pick.
No, I thought they had 7th from the Bears.
5th and 8th, I think it was.
Either way, I mean, they got 2 top 10 picks. They should come out with 2 offensive linemen. I'd hope, or 1 defensive lineman and 1 offensive.
They're going to trade
lineman.
that guy. They're going to trade Daniel Jones to Carolina.
Yeah. Eric, what's your bad?
Fool me once.
Oh, you think you skipped? Did you skip Willie?
No, he skipped me yet.
No, Willie went first.
I'm
I
up
went.
next.
I went second. You're going third.
Oh, okay. My bad is God. I just had one in my head.
Oh my god.
I guess
Hurry
I'll
up.
just stick with the Colts. My bad is the Colts. I mean, it's just,
They were ugly.
they were ugly and they were bad at the same time. No, here's my bad. Here's my bad. And I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me if there's something more to this, but how do you fire a coach that won 7 games in a row? I mean, and obviously lost the last one, but how do you fire Flores? To me, that's bad. Guy won 7 games in a row.
He also lost 7 in a row.
Yeah, but that was prior to him winning 7 in a row. What have you done for me lately?
And he had his quarterback out when they lost a bunch of those games.
But he didn't get along with the GM or Tua.
That's
No,
exactly
and maybe
right.
maybe that's why. But still,
It is.
I mean,
That's
I'm going to tell you right now. Last year when Tua started, I'm thinking I found out when Fitzpatrick got benched, it was because they told him to do it. I don't think he wanted to bench Fitzpatrick at all, Brian Flores, and I think that's what started.
Yeah,
so that's why it's bad. It's a
When you're
bad
6-2 when you're 6-2 in the NFL and you make him bench your starting quarterback because you want to start a rookie, your team is nuts. I don't care who the rookie. I don't care if the rookie is the greatest. And this is where
Jordan Love.
I think Brian Flores. It's a blessing for him. I really do. I think the Dolphins are, and I don't think they're in the situation. I think we all think they're in. I don't think they're that good. I really don't. I think they're great.
They have
I
a
loved them
lot of
last year,
talent, man.
but they're gonna.
Then maybe the bad thing.
Now they're gonna have to
Maybe
pay.
the bad is the.
I know it's
paydays
crazy.
are coming.
They've destroyed. Again. It goes back to like that Green Bay thing or what we were kind of bullshitting about earlier. When they had chance, they've got all this young talent in there. Atlanta had this a few years back too. They had that awesome defense.
The defense was all under 25.
Yeah,
or
they were
26
super young
or
and they were
something,
awesome.
But then injuries and payments came up.
Yep. And Miami's, you're seeing the same
and
thing.
Matt Ryan's contract came up.
Yeah, that too.
Seriously.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that's just.
But the Dolphins are with Tua. They're not paying a quarterback a lot of money.
That's Tua asking for his money.
That's Tua bitching about Flores.
Next year will be his 3rd year, so his 4th. Yeah, I got 2 more years if they want.
You can go up to 5th year with him.
Yeah. But their back is Duke Johnson right now. Duke Johnson will not be their starter next year. He's run good though.
Well,
He's played well.
they had Kenyon Drake. They've had guys down there. I mean,
and running backs.
Gaskin.
Maybe they'll draft running back this year. You never know what they'll do down there. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
it depends on the coach.
You could even get a guy in free agency because Miami is a desirable place to play.
Maybe get the right coach to coach what they want to coach there too. They want to coach their offense. Brian Flores is a defensive guy. I don't know.
Obviously, he was butting heads with the GM or the ownership.
I have no idea. It's just weird. And he was.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Yeah, it's just how it works in the NFL. But I agree with you, Eric. It's kind of crazy. It's weird.
I agree. It's bad.
Like I was trying to say is maybe the bad are these organizations, firing these coaches when they have to take a look at the leadership and look at the culture there. That's the bad here is the fact that the Dolphins just are clueless and don't know what they're doing. And the scapegoat is the coach.
Yeah,
because he disagreed. He disagreed with the GM. Well, isn't he supposed to coach his team? He should be the one deciding what quarterback to put in. If he wanted Fitzpatrick there and they're 6-2, I don't know. Maybe that's what my bad is.
The quarterback that you got to be on the same wavelength with your GM and your ownership on. You have to because you're building the team around them.
I believe it. The GM I think is needs to be on the same page as the coach, and the coach has to be on the same page as the quarterback.
Yeah, be in the head together.
Or I should say, it's not necessarily the head coach. Whoever offensive guy is has to be in tune with the quarterback. Doesn't matter.
Has to be.
It doesn't matter. But that's the way the GM and coach have to work together, and I think the coach has to work with his coaches, and if it's the quarterback offensively, I think, but then the coaches have to work down. It has to be, and nowadays in all
can't
sports,
be butting heads.
Yeah, in all sports, because
look at the Bears. The Bears are going to have the same situation. They got the right now. They're in a position. They can make their. This is where you got your quarterback. Now you got to build around him, and you got to put a coach in there that can work with him, and a GM that can work with that coach.
Yeah,
and like Scott in the Bears situation, I think a lot of people today wanted what's the president's name? The guy that's been there for 30 years.
Ted Phillips.
Ted Phillips. A lot of people were hoping he would get canned because, if you have this sequence of unsuccessful GM coach, shouldn't you look at the guy that's hiring them and the guy that's managing them, like I would assume would be the president?
I think Ted Phillips is not great at what he is part of it, but I still believe that the McCaskies had part of that hiring process. Like today, they
fire himself.
They said Ed McCaskey was talking to Bill Polian about looking for, and I like Bill Polian, so that's fine. But candidates, so it's like, well, Ted Phillips is even in the conversation. They were talking on the radio today, and I thought it was a great idea. Move Ted Phillips all the way over to the development side of the organization, which means moving the team to Arlington Heights, stuff like that. Let him be in charge of that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's what he's a business guy. But it's becoming more and more, and I don't know, the football guy thing, it's one of those things. A lot of these guys that are like the guy down in Atlanta who did a great job for years, can't remember his name, Dimitri, whatever.
Yeah, that guy.
He worked in other places, but he was a business guy too before he started this. And he did a great job. So it's not really, there's not a formula for you. It's about just getting the right guy for what you need, what you're looking for. And I think if they think Justin Fields is the guy, they have to get a coach that's going to work with him, or a guy that's going to hire an offense coordinator that's going to work with him. If it's a defensive guy, they bring on a defensive guy, that's great. But the offense coordinator has to want to work hand in hand with Justin Fields. He has to.
And if you don't, you're going to do this for 2 or 3 more years. Now you're starting again.
And that's what happened with Nagy. I think Nagy got bit. If Nagy would have got Justin Fields when he came in like Trubisky, who knows? But he got hired, and Trubisky was his quarterback. That's what happened. And he took the job, which is his fault. But if you're getting hired a coach, NFL coach, and any of us think this, any of us think we can do this. It doesn't matter what you do for your job. If someone wants to hire you for a job, you'll look at it and go, I can do that job and I can work with anybody. I'll make this work. And he was going to be a head coach in NFL. I think if he looks back now, I guarantee he's sitting back going, I should have never took that job. And not because of the team, but because he was pretty much sabotaged from day one. And I believe Matt Nagy will probably be a good coordinator somewhere.
He's going to go. He's going to get hired this year.
Right team, he's going to get a job somewhere.
Yeah.
He'll be a coordinator somewhere
next year.
It's not going to be a Trestman. He's not a Trestman. He's not a Fox. I think he's a better coach. I just think he was just in a bad situation. I think he was. And I'm not defending him. I just think he was a bad situation.
So do you think they need a guru again? They keep getting these gurus.
Every team gets a guru.
No, I'm just joking.
Every team
gets a quarterback whisperer.
Mark Trestman, guru.
I believe Harbaugh would be. I would take Harbaugh. People laugh and frown at that. And
I don't think he's going to Bears.
Another guy, I think Josh McDaniel. I think would be a great guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody does.
Josh
McDaniel's good.
Josh McDaniel.
Didn't he get kicked out for doing something stupid? Like was that with the Broncos or
no? He just got fired after a year.
No, there was
because he took
the Colts job and then reneged on it.
He didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
And I think we tend to forget that Josh McDaniel, no matter he is kind of a weird, not a weird, I don't know, he just kind of rubs me the wrong way. But I guess he knows. Remember, he was the offensive coordinator. Bill Belichick doesn't coach offense at all. He's a defensive guy. So Josh McDaniel has been in charge of the offense for years. And now remember, look what he's done with Mac Jones this year.
Oh, I know it.
That offense, they and it's kind of the same offense they ran with Tom Brady because it's not like he's running quarterback. So, but I mean, I don't know. Is he and Josh McDaniel, he's got a good now. So he can go, he can find a job he really, really wants.
He should just stay there and just ask for more pay.
And the rumor
That's what happens every year.
And the rumor was
more money.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's what happened with the Colts job. I think they turned around and said, they wanted to keep him and they gave him more money. So if
they hired guys already for him.
Yep. If Bill Belichick really wants to keep him that bad, there must be something about him.
Yeah.
And the rumor was too. That's why I think it depends what he wants and the money, because that's been told about the Bears. They're cheap, whatever.
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour. But
that's their new coach.
There was rumors out there, and it came up the last few weeks with McDaniel's name that a lot of people said that the Patriots were looking at trading up to get Justin Fields until he was taken. So that was the thing that people have kind of put together. If he gets a chance to work with a guy that the team wanted, which I'm guessing Bill Belichick put him in the room and said, hey, maybe not though. Bill Belichick's kind of that guy. Maybe he drafted him and told him, here, you're working with this guy. I don't know. But do you think Josh McDaniel had a say in him? I don't know. We don't know. We'll never know.
Right.
So I don't know. But I think they'll get somebody. I don't know. I think they're going to get a guy that is a coordinator somewhere that's done a great job somewhere. I don't think it's going to be a high profile guy. It's going to be a guy that's known, but not from, and I'm fine with that because everybody has success from different areas.
So it's not going to be a B-enemy.
No, I don't want B-enemy. B-enemy is doing the same thing as Nagy did, and it's play calling as a suspect in the middle of the year this last
Leftwich though.
You know what, Byron?
Leftwich has Tom Brady.
Yeah, but
and Tom Brady's like a Peyton Manning. He calls a lot of his own plays.
The Bears just requested permission to speak with the Bills OC. The Bills OC.
Yeah,
Brian Daboll.
Yeah, and he
Leslie Frazier.
Frazier. No, I don't want Frazier.
I want an offensive coach, like an OC or
Well, I don't
something
care,
more
but I think
minded.
the age bothers me too with Leslie Frazier.
Is he? How old is he?
60 something.
an old man.
And that's a problem. I want a guy that can if they have
Can
success.
connect.
He
well, have
coached for the
success-
Chicago Cardinals.
Yeah. So
He,
I don't know.
he can be relevant. All right, so we're still on the good, right? We're just
No,
starting at
bad.
good.
No, we haven't even got there yet.
We got bad.
He's got bad.
Holy
Go
crap.
ahead.
Going to bad.
I'm gonna go quick
This is the
though.
longest good, bad, and ugly ever.
It's a good one though.
But that's why it sparks conversations.
Yeah,
Good, bad, and ugly all the time.
It's a lot of
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, bad.
Browns coming off an 11-5 season, predicted to win around 13 games. They go 8-9 this year.
I'm always
in a tough
I'm always a
division.
defender of these teams. Injuries, COVID, they were massacred by that this year.
Yeah,
they
so
really
were a lot
were.
of teams.
Yeah,
like
but you look at all playoff teams. I bet you I'll tell you right now, no teams. I think the top 3 teams were the Saints, the Browns, and somebody else that started the most players. That I
It had to be the Ravens.
Ravens. I mean,
it might have been the Ravens, like something like that. And the Ravens,
and the Browns ended up, I think, both
just
8-9
on the border.
Yeah,
on the border.
and the Chargers just screwed the pooch and ended up in the same place.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. They were expected to go far. I
Yeah.
do like Stepnowski still. I think that team is.
They got to do it quick though. I mean, they're gonna have to bring back Mayfield next year. They're already talking.
Yeah, they said that he is their quarterback.
Yeah,
next year.
well, you
Which
got to
is
make
fine when he's
yeah.
healthy. He played with a torn labrum or something.
Well,
the rest
and
of
he
the
was
year.
he was getting hit a lot. And he was beat up.
I
all
mean, who's
year.
better out there? I mean, that's going to be available.
He's an average quarterback. I see nothing wrong with him.
He makes great commercials. Okay,
So, Willie,
the
good Willie.
The
go ahead.
good. My good is Klay Thompson return to the NBA.
Nice.
It's been 31 months or 941
Wow.
days since he's played in a real game for Golden State. He finished with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and shot 7 for 18 from the field in 20 minutes. And he had a dunk.
He postered someone.
Yeah,
did
he
he?
did.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It was awesome. It was great. So it's great to see Klay Thompson back there.
So is that going to help that team?
Oh my God.
and they get Jamison Wiseman next week.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah, Wiseman,
they're the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, they're
They have to be.
Giannis will do something.
they're loaded for bear.
That team's with all those guys playing together and healthy. They got to stay healthy. I get it.
LeBron. I heard LeBron might get traded to it.
And they like each other.
And now I guess the stat out there was really that was a big thing for the Bucks. The Bucks bench is the lowest scoring bench in the NBA right now.
Is that right?
Well, it's because their guys are starting half the time.
But that's the problem.
You need
They had
depth,
to play someone
The
start.
last
man.
couple year depth was incredible.
especially last
Who's
year.
their guy now? Nawara or whatever. He's their
Yeah,
only
but his
bench guy.
defense is he's like a turnstile.
Civ.
Yeah, that's a weird stat because of all the COVID and all the injuries, and it's
But last year and the year before, they were one of the top scoring benches.
yeah.
So and they have
Well, last year, think about how much their bench helped in the finals.
A lot more guys
Mhm.
have COVID this year after they all got
Yeah.
vaccinated.
That's
There's
a lot of teams in the league.
I
Once
know.
again, the Bucks aren't the ones with COVID. I mean,
No, that's what
Yeah.
we're kind of saying though. Is the other teams are using their bench more, and I don't know.
so wouldn't they all be?
No,
low
you think the Bucks
scoring,
the Bucks don't use their bench as much? Maybe because they've got more starters. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's hard to say now with all.
it's
there's
just hard
too
to
many
judge it, I
variables.
think.
There's too many variables.
Yeah, that's
Not
exactly
like
it.
a year.
This Georgia quarterback's running for his life tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't look good so far.
It doesn't, man.
No.
Eric, good.
My good is and not because of
Eric said doesn't look good so far.
not because of his mustache or his hairdo, but Cam Smith going 34 under in Hawaii this year or this weekend at the Century Champions Classic. Just unbelievable. I mean, they made this course look like a pitch and putt. 635-yard par fives, and they're, he's hitting a little hybrid into it and putting it on and putting for eagle. It's crazy.
There was no pressure because the guy behind that finished behind him was garbage, right?
Yeah. Number one player in the world.
Yeah. They're actually there. I think Morikawa finished right up there, and
Yeah, that was.
there was like 3 big name guys right there.
But the funny stat was, I can't remember if it was Justin Thomas or somebody finishes 25 under, and they're like, "Yeah, you're 9 off the lead." 25 under, crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But it was fun to watch. It's always fun to watch that tournament.
My good is Dak had 5 touchdowns. And my other good, I'm gonna do too. TJ Watt with his 22.5 sacks.
Yeah.
Tied the record.
Should have broke it. Stupid NFL stats count that
Did you see
tackle
that?
for
Did you
loss.
see what happened on the play?
No,
route?
I didn't see it.
He there was a snap to Hunley. He fumbled the snap, went down to pick it up, went to stand up. Watt hit him, caused a fumble. They called it a tackle for loss.
Oh, jeez.
It's a run.
I didn't even notice that.
Should have been a strip
It,
sack.
it was an empty backfield snap to him.
And if you want to complain, I think he missed at least 2 games this year.
He only played 14. Oh, so yeah, 14.
No, he missed. He missed
played
3
15 games.
14 games.
3 games.
Oh,
Yeah,
he played 15. They said.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, well, as of last week,
Yeah.
he had played 14, so he played this week, which would be
he
15.
missed 2 full games, so it's
Yeah.
not like he used that extra game to garner a few more sacks.
No, it's a legit. I think it's a legit record.
and he had to do it in a competitive game. You know, it wasn't like some of these guys racked up stats when nothing mattered.
Well, the video of him, while we were watching it when he got the sack to tie it, breaks the one guy. Next guy just goes right under his arm, like effortless, and just right
Yeah,
to him.
That's what he does.
Yeah, and did a quarterback just lay down for him? No.
No,
It was
He
a
had to work
legit
for it.
sack.
He had to work for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my good then for some other record set yesterday. Jalen Waddle sets the most catches for rookie, 104. Devontae Adams set the Packers receiving record, 1553. Mark Andrews set 107 catches, most in Ravens history and that's a tight end. Jamar Chase, most in Bengals history, 1455. Tom Brady, second quarterback with multiple 5,000-yard seasons. I believe Drew Brees the other one. Would that be correct? Drew Brees
Also
or Stafford. Could be Stafford.
Tom Brady also threw his
Or not
90th
Manning?
touchdown pass to a different player.
Well,
NFL record.
Could be Stafford, I think. And my big one, this is my big good. Mike Evans has started his career with 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons. That is an NFL record. 2 guys started their careers out with 6. Who are they?
I was gonna
AJ
say,
Green.
I was gonna say Megatron and
Jay Rice.
Anquan Bolden.
Jerry Rice.
Johnson.
Nope.
What'd you say to Bolden?
8 straight, 6 straight seasons with 1,000 yards receiving. Because he did 8. Evans is 2.
T.O.
No.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Oh yeah, good call.
Randy Moss.
Didn't
the
even think
answer.
about him. Yeah.
So Randy Moss and Jerry Rice only had 6. Mike Evans is 8. So my good is Mike Evans was 8 straight career, and he's only
solid.
played 2 years with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 of those are Tom Brady.
So he's only
that's
played
not
2.
too shabby.
He's only played 2. Jameson Winston threw to him a lot, I guess,
And Evans has been out the last 2 weeks too, right?
yeah, he came back I think last week.
Oh, he did play. Okay.
He played a little bit, and he played a decent amount yesterday.
He's never.
Oh,
Is
he
he
did. Okay.
another receiver until Godwin here?
No.
It's been pretty much him.
Well, Scotty Miller, right? But he did hardly play the
Yeah,
ball this
it was
year.
pretty much just Evans, and I thought they had. I don't know.
He's been the guy there.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
been the guy. Yeah.
Now Godwin's the guy there, but yeah, he's still doing.
We
it.
always forget about Mike Evans. I think down there last
Yeah,
couple
you
years
he
with
kinda-
Godwin and Gronkowski and AB was there for a little bit. We forget about that. So
Cooper
You're-
Kupp, Triple Crown.
yeah, Cooper Cup. No, he didn't get the triple crown. You
No,
already
he-
corrected that today. He was short of the receiving parts.
Not
Yards.
this season.
for the
He got
season.
to,
He
well,
let.
well, that's still pretty impressive. Receptions,
So,
catches,
yeah.
and touchdowns.
I bet
So
that's
Mike Evans has had a much better career than his college quarterback who got drafted before him, right?
That would be where do you go to college?
Texas A&M.
Is it? Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Oh, Manziel.
Johnny football. Yep, that was his. They went out the same year too.
Wow.
I mean, they lit it up that last year they were together, but I think things worked out a little bit better for Evans.
I think so. You're right.
He's never done a Snickers commercial though.
Real quick.
None of us have.
Real quick, we'll talk about.
I got a good here.
Oh God.
The Raiders, just with everything that came out through the season, the John Gruden emails, Henry Ruggs, Damon Arnett. They lost 5 out of their 6. They lost their last 5 out of 6 games. Darian Waller injury.
No, they
Kane
lost
injury.
5 out of 6 in the middle of the season.
Or yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
And Nate Hobbs DUI arrest and intern head coach. Don't know how to say his name. Just all out.
First interim head coach to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Really?
Great.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
If you're interim, you usually get fired.
in the
'cause your team
NFL,
sucks.
it's
they were
hard.
they were 6-2, I think, when
Yeah, they were doing really good. Yeah,
when he got fired, they were 6-2
Yeah,
or 5-2.
they
or
were
something.
first in the division, I think.
Yeah. So,
Good for him.
but that's why it's kind of a weird stat. But he took over a good team.
Stat of the day.
But he did have a
stat of the
lot
day.
of internal problems too, like he's saying.
yeah.
A lot of DUs. They've had quite a few DUIs on that team this year.
Speaking of that, Geno Smith just got arrested on DUI.
I saw that.
Back up in Seattle.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a problem in Vegas with, I mean, even with all the teams going there. It's going there's temptation there.
Is there booze there or something?
There's temptation.
So the AB drama picked up on Tuesday with finding out that he had a girl up to his room, which they say breaks protocol, but it's not the protocol you think. The protocol is kind of, but it's always been a rule. You can't have people in your hotel rooms before a game. That's just a rule now. And he brought a girl up and blah, blah. And he said some things to her, like, watch what I do tomorrow. Like he was like almost like planning something. And then Bruce, in typical Bruce Arians fashions, told exactly what happened. And I believe Bruce Arians, and anybody can doubt me or whatever. Bruce Arians said, came over to me, was happy about not getting the ball. I told him to get in the game. He said, I'm not going to the game. Bruce Arians said, get the F out. And when Bruce Arians said, get the F out, obviously that means go to the bench, probably not leave the stadium. And it was a dispute over his catches, I believe, because his bonus was coming up. Now he has an appointment scheduled to get his ankle surgery. He put that on Twitter or something to show he's got an appointment because I'm going to tell you right now. And then he's
what about his brain surgery?
Yeah, he's calling out Tom Brady now. He's calling out all these guys that stood up for him and gave him a chance. And Tom Brady, who stuck his neck out for him, I have a feeling. I mean, this is just this guy. I mean, if anybody believes this guy, I don't. You're letting the guy fool you like 6 times if you're allowing this to go and say, they were making him play hurt. Okay, now look at what he did to Gronkowski. He had broken ribs. Look at Tom Brady last year. He had a bad knee. Those guys are playing because they want to play football. They're
Tom Brady probably knew about it and was like, I want to play because like what he did yesterday.
I bet those guys really regret playing through that pain last year.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a classic biting the hand that feeds you.
Oh,
seriously.
It happens all the time, though. They can, and that's why you don't know what's going on. I mean,
if they hadn't given him a chance, he would never been in this situation. He put himself in this
Wasn't
situation.
there like an Akeem Hicks thing that just came out similar?
Yeah, Akeem Hicks got in a fight with a coach, I guess, after the game against the Giants, and he wasn't with the team yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I just heard.
So, I mean, whatever. He's done anyway.
But I guarantee this stuff happens more. I mean, I've been in competitive sports, not NFL, obviously, or like shit happens behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're riding a bus with some guys and, there's some fists thrown every once in a while. And,
well, yeah. And remember, end of the year, when you start working in incentives and stuff, that's what skews it a bit.
Well, I think it's stupid that they bring all this stuff up at the end of the year, all these reporters and stuff.
That's part of contracts.
I get it.
News.
Yeah.
What happened, Eric?
Big play for Georgia.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
You talked about Hicks, but Hicks is the same guy who got mad at Tom Waddle.
Yeah.
And who gets mad at this guy? I mean, he's just
And Hicks the last 2 years with the
Bears.
There's
a lot of guys with some problems out. I mean, we were talking about there are some great guys in the NFL, and it never gets talked about. Here or there, just when Walter Payton award comes up or whatever.
Guys than bad guys. Let's put it
but
that way.
But again, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't hear about.
Yeah,
we don't have that insider information, even though we are the basement bench warmers.
Yeah, that's true.
We have some.
Well, the Culver's dumpster, we should be able to be finding
we have
that
some
stuff out there.
I mean, we can get a little. We don't like.
Is it
to
too
ask
cold
people.
tonight to be behind the dumpster or what?
Oh yeah, I got the fire burnt
Your
out and
hair
everything.
white.
He was freezing his cheese curds off.
Yeah.
55-gallon drum ran out of fuel.
Another story this week. A lot of NFL tonight. Last story. This story. Hub Arkic comes out and says he won't vote for Rodgers because he's a jerk. And Aaron Rodgers turns around and calls him a bum. So it's classic. It's classic. Just I agree with
playground
Hub
stuff.
Arkic made a mistake, but what I'm going to say to Hub Arkic is a dumb statement because you just vote. Don't tell. Why you're doing. I understand. And I think people people turn in because he's not vaccinated. What he was saying, and I heard Hub Arkic talk on his show. He said, I made a mistake. I should never said that. It was wrong. I apologize. He said that. I apologize. But it's not about vaccination. What I was talking about is in the offseason, how he treated the team and how he put him through everybody. And he said that about how he put the team through, the fans through. He had these guys begging for him to play. He was not talking about vaccination at all. And then Rodgers turns into that again, and he wasn't. I mean, he said that. I wasn't talking about it's not. I don't care about that. He said what he did in the offseason. Now, once again, it's not where you should vote, but A lot of us love baseball here, and that's how they vote.
Most valuable player.
The Baseball Hall of Fame. I think it's the worst thing.
And they're all like that. So
there's a bunch of guys that have no business picking who's the best players that are. I mean, Habarkesh. I mean, is he infallible as a person? Has he never pissed people off?
Probably not.
Has he never run a company into the ground and lost $8 million of the bank's money? He did that, you know. So
I
mean,
know that, yeah.
Yeah, he ran Football Weekly or whatever.
Yeah, Football Weekly.
But that was his company.
Yeah, but it was
his company.
That's his company to do.
But he borrowed from somebody else to run that company.
So
he
Donald
lost
Trump,
$8
when you
million.
voted for him too. So
yeah, I know. but Donald Trump never said he wasn't going to vote for Aaron Rodgers on his.
Donald Trump said a lot of things that aren't very becoming.
But again, when you're coming out and saying we're going to judge this guy by his character, which is part of the vote, I mean, to a point. But then when your character is going to be checked, you know,
it's trying to be relevant.
It is. He should have shut. Again, it's completely unprofessional to bring that up when you're in that position. I don't see why you brought it up.
Right. I mean,
it doesn't make any sense.
Well, let me ask you a question. So last week, the guy from Ken Rosenthal got fired for saying stuff about the commissioner.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He got fired. We all thought was terrible. What's the difference? There's truths.
Yeah, but he's not being put out there to.
They're truths. He talked
I'm not
about.
I'm not saying it's not the truth.
We all defended a reporter then.
Yeah.
But now we're going to
completely different.
Habarkesh was being honest. I guess that's one fair.
Oh, he's
thing.
honest. I'm not saying it wasn't honest. It's his opinion, but he was given a job to be impartial.
Yeah, and
so how about the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse case coming out and going, well, I'm for all this. You would right away go, he's an impartial judge.
That's way different because what we're talking about here is very.
No, he's making a judgment. The same thing. And he's supposed to be impartial.
That's a big difference because this is sports. It doesn't matter.
Shooting sport.
Yeah,
Rittenhouse had a gun. It's a shooting sport.
I don't know. I understand what you're saying. You guys are all going to defend Aaron Rodgers till he dies. I get it.
I didn't fucking defend Aaron Rodgers. I just said it. I just said it's unprofessional for this guy to come out and say that. I didn't say Aaron Rodgers fucking I'd suck his dick now all of a sudden. I just said I had nothing to say with that. That made no sense. That's such a homer call right there.
That's not what you told me last night, Ed.
I know. It's like I never even said that. You can't be going out and
so if you said it about Terrell Owens, we'd be okay with it?
About Terrell Owens, if he would have said, I'm not going to vote for Terrell Owens because I don't like him.
Well, no, he didn't say that because
he's not vaccinated.
Because the way he acts.
Yeah, I would have a problem with that ahead of time.
I'm just making sure.
For sure.
Okay.
That's
why Terrell Owens probably didn't win a lot of awards in the world because of the way he acted.
Well, I have a problem with
right? Do we all agree with that? Terrell Owens probably lost a lot of money in his career because of the way he acted and the way people didn't vote for him to get trophies and stuff because of the way he acted.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers acted like an asshole.
And that's
all off season. He did.
And look at baseball. How many guys they're doing the same thing?
Yeah,
and I'm completely against that.
Yeah, I agree.
But do you let Roberto Alomar spitting up umpire's face in, which is worse than what some of those guys did?
That's worse than anything Terrell Owens or
I know that's or Aaron Rodgers.
Even what AB did, he's just a moron.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, and I agree.
His job is to be impartial. You don't go out there and tell everybody I'm not going to vote for him.
Yeah, well,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
on the face, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just.
It would be like a Giants fan coming out and go, well, I'm not going to vote for Tom Brady.
I think Aaron Rodgers' better response would have been because he called him a bum, and I get it. Aaron Rodgers is always bigger than Habarkesh. He could have said his good response, and he did say it too. I would have said, "Who is that?" Next question. That's all I would have said.
Yeah, it would have been a good answer.
Irrelevant.
And then the story comes out a couple days later about Rodgers saying he's going to protest the Super Bowl if they make it, which.
Well, this has been the Aaron Rodgers runaway drama train all year.
This is the thing about it. Why these stories keep popping up and they keep getting denied, but that's weird. I mean, Boomer Esiason is actually showing his phone as someone said. Now, obviously, whoever sent that could be lying, but Boomer Esiason is a pretty respected NFL player and a pretty respected sportscaster now.
Right, yeah.
And him to pop out and do that, I was like, what the hell? I'm like, this is crazy.
Eric, you wouldn't guess that anything about Rodgers is going to come out in this off week here, huh?
As far as him boycotting the Super Bowl, I don't believe that is,
drama and shit.
I mean, let's get to the Super Bowl first before we start talking about stuff like that.
No, but I'm just saying we haven't had a week here in probably 8 weeks where there hasn't been some kind of stupid Rodgers story.
Well, I know I won't deny. I won't deny that Rodgers brings a lot of this on by being quote unquote a jerk most of the time. I mean, I'm a little up and down with him, But I think people feed off of it. Don't you think? People are feeding off it, and everybody wants to make some story and get their 15
And I think the
15 minutes or
NFL actually
whatever.
loves it.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. The whole offseason was all Aaron Rodgers. The NFL loved it. People were talking
Yeah.
football
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole time.
That's why it's
The
just
NFL
like
must
many of our
be
news
talking
cycles, right? What is our news cycle like all over the world? You know?
Yeah, and he's not like
It's the
he's a
same thing. It
murderer
feeds-
running
it builds-
around.
It builds off each other.
He's not like he's committing crimes, and it's not
Yeah.
those kind of stories. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, he's just an egomaniac. I mean, like a lot of these guys are, and he's really odd. And some of the stuff that he does is very strange. And he comes off being a jerk, I think, to a lot of people, which, you know, in a lot of ways he is, like I said, but I think people are building off of it and trying to create stories so they could get their own name out there, or just create a circus because it's good for their occupation, right? It's good for the media.
Well, I heard that Olivia Munn and Danica Patrick are writing a book together.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
what?
Well, there's,
Oh God.
there's also been rumors
That's a
that
must read.
dude, that was the funniest thing all night. I was like, damn.
is
Wouldn't
he
surprise
done with his new girl now?
I don't know.
There's rumors that they're
or not. I don't know. I mean,
they're on the outs or something.
that's why it's
He
not,
actually, he finally watched her act.
oh wow.
Yeah, he's got a. He's not picking really good actresses, you know, as far as talent goes.
Yeah.
Willie's throwing haymakers over there.
No.
Um,
I
so
mean, why
look-
not? If you're
Oh, sorry.
Aaron Rodgers, why not like Scarlett Johansson or something? She's a good actress.
It's a good point.
Mhm.
You're Aaron Rodgers. Get some good tail.
Yeah, get a light.
Exactly.
Or
Get the
get
Black
great.
Widow.
Now he can't have
Yeah.
anybody prettier than he is.
Go get Halle Berry. Go out for go. You might as well go top shelf.
You might as well kick. Yeah, you might as well go.
Why?
For the gold.
Why
yeah,
not?
Yeah.
Right now, Aaron
You know
Rodgers
why?
going-
He don't like throwing picks. That's why he don't take chances. He stays very, very
There we go.
I know
simple.
she might say no. She might not.
You got to keep that high rating.
Yeah. Hey, last three
PBR,
girlfriends,
baby.
they all came home with me.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
So
He's gonna go going for his fourth
Well,
MVP and his third straight girlfriend he lost.
He's gonna go for the girl that he bought the lottery ticket from at that Sitco,
Yeah.
up in Green Bay when he won that lottery.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. He won the lottery.
That would
Did
be
he
awesome.
did he
That's why
donate
he's not
money?
going to the Super Bowl.
Who do you guys think is MVP at season's over? MVP
Thomas Brady.
Willie.
Go wild card, Cooper Cup.
Oh, man.
Hey, crazier
Eric-
things have happened.
Eric.
Well, who do I think should be or who do I think will be are two different things. The last 2 years, I've been saying that these running backs should get it. Last year, I thought Henry should have got it. This year, I think Taylor's been the best player. But Brady or Rodgers, why don't you just give it to both of them? I don't, whatever. I mean, it's a quarterback award now, I guess. Cooper Kupp's not going to win it, Willie. It's just not going to happen.
Well, you know, I'm just going out there. You never know.
Yeah,
You know?
no, but I like that. I like your thinking because Cooper Kupp had a sensational season, and he should be considered. How about T.J. Watt?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's just most valuable player to your team. And I know you have a defensive player of the year award and offensive player of the year. Why do we not ever have defensive players winning this award? So
I think somebody did. Didn't Taylor win it once?
a long time ago.
Lawrence Taylor.
Well,
won
one
it.
defensive
Yeah.
player won it.
Lawrence Taylor. That was a while back.
Yeah, Taylor.
Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Lur. Big Lur.
Larry Chipper Taylor.
He did win it, but that was a long time ago.
Oh, I don't even know who I'd pick right now. I mean,
It's weird how the seasons for the Packers and Buccaneers have kind of mirrored each other in a weird way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the injuries for the Buccaneers are a little bigger, but the Packers have gone through injuries, and on the defensive side, so has the Buccaneers. I think theirs are a little bigger.
their
I
running
mean,
back situation is going to hurt them in the playoffs because everybody runs the ball in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
And
they'll
run short slants.
They ran it last year though pretty well in the playoffs.
when
remember,
they had
Fournette ran for.
Yeah, will Fournette be
Oh, he's
back?
back.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
he'll be back.
okay.
Fournette will be back. Yeah,
That's
He'll be back?
he might not be back this week. He'll be back, right? They said.
I'd
Oh,
like
I
to
see.
know.
You thought he wasn't playing.
I thought he wasn't
okay,
playing.
no, he's supposed to be back. So I
Okay.
agree. I agree. If Fournette come back, it's gonna kind of hurt. It'll hurt him. I
But
just think,
nobody said Josh Allen. I mean, what's his numbers look like? I didn't even look.
I
He
think
fell
Jonathan,
off.
we're not talking about Jonathan Taylor either. I feel bad for Jonathan
I think
Taylor.
Burrows, and if you're
I-
looking at the AFC, he's carried that team.
I think they've had the most meaningful games the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I really do.
agree.
And they beat good teams every week. They haven't been beaten like no cupcakes.
And Roger's numbers are good. I mean, they're always good.
They're the best numbers, obviously.
But I mean, he's not like blowing it out of the water or anything, and the teams play pretty well. And I don't know. I'd go for Burrows right now. I'm not even joking.
I like Burrow a lot too. I agree with you 100%. I just don't.
I think he's gonna win comeback.
Yeah, he'll win comeback probably, of course. Yeah, that's probably.
Or Dak. Dak might win comeback.
Well, you know what? That's
Dak
we were
should
talking.
win comeback.
I was talking before. I mean, we talk about this whole thing, and every team. Everybody says it all the time. Well, if Tom Brady got hurt, Buccaneers would be terrible. Well, we saw last year the Cowboys without Dak Prescott. Okay, and they were bad.
Yeah, their defense got better though too. And then now Gregory's back.
Yeah, but Dak Prescott's
it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So it doesn't. Every quarterback, if you lose your good quarterback, you're gonna suck. That's a hard argument.
You know, if you'd have done this at midseason, we probably did, but we forgot because we're old. I mean, we probably all said Kyler Murray.
Well, we talked about Murray. We talked about Allen.
I'm not a Kyler Murray fan, so I bet I didn't say him because I don't like him. I think he's a jerk.
Oh yeah,
we were saying Josh Allen early in the year.
No, they didn't play him. They didn't play him yet.
He didn't play that well.
They didn't play him yet though. That game by then.
I know. I'm joking.
I
don't know.
You know, I never got to do my good.
Well, do your good. Let's go.
Yeah.
I already threw
Jeez, I thought that we put a fork in that.
I forgot my good. It was a good one.
Yeah, it really took. Yeah,
I just thought of my good. I just thought of it 2 seconds ago. Go ahead. What were you saying before? You brought up a player, Josh Allen, and someone else you brought up. Who'd you bring up?
Burrows, I thought.
Burrow, no, it wasn't him.
Who was the other guy? Said.
I'll think of my good later. I'll just throw it out there. It was. I like.
Damn it.
Go ahead.
I forgot.
Here, do you want me to talk about my dumb little thing? What you think?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead. That's actually a funny story. Go ahead. Bring that story up.
So since the MLB is in a lockout, obviously I'll start with this. The Anaheim Ducks NHL team, they schedule all their ceremonial first puck drops before the season. So the MLB is in a lockout. So the players don't participate in any of that stuff that goes through the team. So they scheduled the Angels to come and drop the ceremonial first puck. The Angels showed up the rally monkey. They had a monkey on a table. He held the puck for a minute, just walking around on the table, looking at people, throws it on the ground, and then he ran off the thing back to the bench.
What? I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the hell rally monkey is.
For years, they had the rally monkey, the Anaheim Angels. You never remember that?
He's like
they
a
show him on the screen. People would cheer.
I actually went to a game there in Anaheim.
Yeah,
they give him a towel and stuff. He has a jersey.
He's a real monkey.
Yeah, I remember when they did that.
I don't stay up late to watch the West Coast games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let's do our let's save the greatest playoff performances for next week.
Okay.
We got
time. We got time.
But let's go
maybe
to
maybe there'll be 4 or 5 more we could add to it.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's go to our poll question this week. And our poll
it's a capuchin monkey.
Yeah.
Those things are a pain in the butt. I had one throw some nuts at me, not hit me. It was in
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. I walked in the swamp in Panama and he threw some stuff at me.
That's actually from a baseball card.
Those things are mean.
You can get them on a baseball card.
Okay, so this week's question was date yourself by naming one concert you've attended. This is our fan poll. So real quick, let's go around the room. I got a couple. You want to start with our fans? I'll go my fans and then.
Yeah, let's do all the fans first, and we'll do ours.
Jennifer Lynn said her first concert was Rick Springfield on a side stage at Summerfest.
Oh, nice.
Sharon Campbell said Dave, her husband, said the Platters and her and Dave went to see the Platters and Bill Haley in the comments.
Oh yeah,
great
pre-plane crash. That might have been maybe that was the one before the plane crash because they lived in Waukegan. Could have been right in that time. 1956.
Well,
holy crap!
Could have been.
Could that have been about that time? Tracy Alexander said Whitney Houston at Summerfest, and Chinello said New Edition. Jerry Heidi said Alpine Valley Rat. Then someone added Rat and Poison.
Yeah,
and I threw in it was I think Monsters of Rock that was, but it was good. Kenny Rogers, Scott Jackson said. Michael Trottier said Foreigner with Joel Walsh at Alpine Valley. Also, Rick Mazinet said Missy Hammer and Vanilla Ice at the Bradley Center. And Eric May said Motley Crue, the Girls Tour at Alpine Valley. Willie, what do you got?
I had quite a few. Danielle Deaver Smith said New Kids on the Block, as well as my cousin from Flint, Michigan. She said New Kids on the Block.
A lot of people, that was their first concert.
Mario Seni, a.k.a. Heggs, friend of the show, UFO and Molly Hatchet at Carthage College. He carried in a case of PBR returnable bottles.
That's crazy.
Molly Hatchet played Carthage?
Apparently.
Nice.
Tom and Don Linda said REO Speedwagon and Styx. Jeff Jankowski said Horst Jankowski.
Horst Jankowski.
Jordan Heflin, he must have been really young when he went to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells. I think it's a joke. Matt Moore said Willie Nelson.
It's a poor joke.
Yeah. Vilma Rovic said Def Leppard. Ann Turner Arneson said Rick Astley.
Never gonna give you up. Wasn't that what song? Didn't it sing it in Ted Lasso?
I actually
Never. Did
Yeah,
Ted
Rick
Lasso
Ross.
that song?
Yeah.
He did that.
for a thing at school. I actually dressed up as
Let
that
you
song.
down.
I did the dance to that song.
Did you really?
He didn't even have to dress up.
No. Yeah.
Molly Wilson said Britney Spears, which I took her to that concert.
Creep.
At the Bradley Center.
Creep.
And I also took her
Jeez.
to Blink 182.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Tony G said the 1954 the Kingston Trio. In 1981, he went and saw the Fifth Dimension at Pine Knob. Jennifer, I don't even want to try to do your last name. Sorry, Jennifer. Duran Duran at the Rosemont Horizon.
Oh, wow.
Mary Holzer Bell, the Carpenters. Lindy Hess, Steve Hess's sister. Led Zeppelin and Bob Bale. Eric Clapton.
All at one concert.
Please was Bing Crosby. I got a few more. Clayton Parker says Striper in 19 Robinson Auditorium, Little Rock, Arkansas. Jenny Cavalli said George Michael. Marilyn Smith said the Beatles in 1964.
Wow. That's
Bet
great.
she went backstage.
She loves you, yeah.
Manny Cavalli said the first concert she went to was Milli Vanilli. I bought tickets for my mom for Mother's Day. You guys want to hear my Milli Vanilli invitation?
Yeah, let's go.
That's it.
Was he lip syncing?
Nah, I just
It's kind of like Eric on this feed here.
You know
his
what's
lips
funny?
move, but it's not. It's like weird.
That was as much of their music as I knew. Just blank. I had no idea.
Yeah. And then Jim Cash Schmidt said Harry Chapin.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one. So, will you guys date yourselves by a concert? Doesn't have to be your first one. Just date yourself. Give us a concert you guys saw, and we'll talk. We'll go around. Go ahead. So,
I'm the youngest, so.
Actually, I'm the youngest.
Yeah,
No, you're not the youngest.
I've only been to I'll just say the first one I went to was Bon Jovi, last event at the Bradley Center.
Okay.
Oh,
Eric, you're second youngest. Date yourself.
Well, so I was thinking about concerts I went to, but I used to go to concerts with my parents when I was little. Like I saw Three Dog Night, and I saw Steppenwolf and stuff when I was really. But then to date myself, my high school days, I think my first concert was like Rush at Alpine Valley. That I actually went to with friends and not with my parents. So.
Yeah. First one I went with, I didn't go to concert until I got a little older. The first one I went with just like friends and stuff. I saw Jethro Tull and Procol Harum at
wow.
What the hell's that place? And it's the Summerfest one over there, the Marcus Ambrose.
Okay.
They had been around for a while. They were late in their careers.
Who's that?
Jethro
Procol Harum was Jethro Tull was still like just off of their prime, so not
off
too
of their
far.
prime, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were still had stuff going out in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's probably the early 90s.
Oh, me? I don't know. I've seen a lot.
You've seen a lot.
What was your first ones though?
What kind of dates you? I mean, it would
Bon
say-
Jovi with Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Skid Row. That's what dates you is Skid Row.
Alpine Valley. Wow, I've seen Poison back. I saw the Monster Rock, which is that show they were talking about. Funny story about Monster Rock. When I was with a buddy of mine, and he drove out. It was summer, so it was pretty warm out. We're whatever, drinking in the parking lot, whatever. We all kind of just hanging out. We kind of all sitting in chairs. The dude dozed off on his hood of his car, and he dozed off like laying sideways. So half his body was sunburnt. Half his leg, half his face. He looked like Two-Face.
Looked like that Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of a funny story to go with my song.
That's good.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Billboard songs.
Well, no, I do mine.
I'm sorry, William.
So
sorry.
I actually found this.
Oh, I thought it was
Lawrence
Bing
Welk.
Bing Crosby.
Wait, let's play a game. Guess Willie's first concert. Okay, Eric, go ahead. You're first.
Let's go. Wait. Let's throw us a year.
1982.
No, I don't want to. I want to be comical about it.
Okay. Well, you guys can just be comical about
I
that.
thought you were going to be serious.
Oh, 82.
Sorry.
Well, I know what his first concert. He told me. I thought was it Not
I did tell
was
you.
it Huey Lewis?
Police.
Can I go?
No,
It was 4 times.
It was the band he saw a million times. He told us.
No. This is the only time I've ever seen this band was my first.
Do I
time.
get to guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Glenn Miller Band.
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway. He was dead though by
Mandy
that point.
said Freebird.
Oh, Larry Skinner. I like to say that, but no.
I've seen
Skinner
to
too.
open up for Kid Rock.
Is that right?
Yeah. I seen him at Country Thunder and the stage started on fire. It was cool as shit. The
Pyrotechnics.
whole top of the stage was caught fire.
That's how good they
keep
were.
playing?
They were on fire that night.
The Oak Ridge Boys opened up for him.
Oh, nice.
Oh my.
I want to say Tom. Was it Tom Petty?
No.
Tom Petty's a great concert though.
Taking it to the streets.
Oh, Doobie
Taking
Brothers.
it to the.
I went to the Doobie Brothers farewell tour in '82.
Wow.
At Pine Knob in Clarkston, Michigan. I mean, it
were
was
like 40
probably
then.
one of many farewell tours. You know, I don't know how long they've been together. Like 12 years, I think, when that happened.
You guys been? I mean, I never been to. I don't think a farewell thing.
Have you seen the Rat Pack?
No.
Me and Sammy, I tell you.
I did get to see Jerry Garcia's last show. It was at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I've ever went to like a final. I can't think of it. Like, I mean, obviously the Doobie Brothers have played again. I'm guessing.
Well, my favorite was the Hell Freezes Over tour. You know, when the
Again,
Eagles
yeah.
played. Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be. You know, they keep having their farewell tours. I mean,
Yeah, Kiss has had like 7 of them.
Well, that's another band that keeps doing farewell. Who was the one that recently they said that? Oh, Motley Crue did that.
Yeah.
And they're coming. Well, they're supposed to come back. They're supposed to come back last year. Come back this year, but I don't know. So yeah, that was music. Is that all you have? Oh, you want the Billboard? Billboard.
I
songs,
do have
yeah.
the Billboard here. So
let's tie this in.
So 1972, I actually had this 45. Ed, you weren't even born yet. Scott, you were what? A year old?
What year?
72.
Yeah, I was one.
When
It's the top 100.
yeah.
Oh, and 72 number one song and a
number
top
one
100?
song. Number one song this week.
Oh Jesus!
Back in 1972. It had to do with a roller skate.
I want to buy a brand new roller skate.
There you
I
go.
got a brand new key. What's the name of the song?
Joni Mitchell.
It's Brand New Key by Melanie.
Melanie. Yeah,
Melanie.
Melanie. Yeah.
Jeez, I was close.
Yeah.
Wow.
1982.
82, number one song, 82. I'm gonna guess Michael Jackson song. 84 was Thriller.
I'll just say
Jukebox Hero by Foreigner.
Yeah. Olivia Newton-John.
Was it Physical?
Really?
Physical. Physical was number one.
The video's awesome.
Wow, what a terrible country we are.
It's like all the fat guys dancing, and then it turns to all like gay guys that are ripped. It's like the greatest. They're all like oiled up and everything.
That's your best favorite.
That's
part,
your
right?
favorite part.
Oh, yeah, I don't care really. I'm not that picky.
You like both parts.
What candy is that?
That's
one of these things right
that's
here.
actually Ed's audition picture for the video.
Oh, I had to get one last week because I was
Hey.
Yeah,
still
see-
watching my way, but I didn't eat today. So.
See, I was in that video.
He was.
I was the ripped gay guy.
1992.
Oh, yeah. 92.
92. Oh my God, Vanilla Ice or something around there, or Hammer.
Has to do with
No, Hammer's 91, 90.
colors are in the name.
Not Living Color, the band, right?
No.
Colors are in the name.
Colors, True Colors.
And they're very basic colors, kind of bland.
Oh, it's not actually the name Color isn't in the song.
No, but
Oh.
it's just
Black and yellow.
You talking about the band name or the color or the
name of the song.
Black and White.
Rainbow?
Black
Jackson.
and White, Michael Jackson.
Black or white.
There you go.
I just said that. Or no, yeah, I did.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
2002 is a band that gets ragged all the time. Everybody
Nickelback.
Yep.
Mhm.
What was the name of the song?
Rockstar.
2002. I'm gonna guess it was
That's a good song.
Photograph.
Yeah, it might have been Photograph. A good
Yeah.
call. Who said that?
Me.
Yeah, that was a good song.
How You Remind Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Oh,
was their
yeah.
first big song. Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was a huge song at the time.
You got 2004.
And I
on
know
there?
why they're ragging them. I've seen them. They're not.
I'm
They're
just
good at
going
concerts.
in
They're a good
increments
show.
of 10.
They're a good show. They're
Yeah.
fun to watch. They're
But
fun.
Chase, there's a trend. Follow the sequence.
I could probably guess the one for 2004.
2000. Well, I'm gonna give you
2012.
2012, huh?
2012.
He's going every 10 years,
That was
guys.
10 years ago. So I'm just doing it every 10 years.
Fireworks.
And this is a band that you would like. I'm gonna say workout clothes and afros.
Oh, it was Party Anthem. Was that the dudes?
Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, tonight's gonna be a good night.
LMFAO.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
What's
It's
the name of the
the
song?
party anthem.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it was called
no,
Party
it's
Anthem.
no, it's
No,
not.
no,
That's
no.
a different song.
Oh, I don't know, but I know the name of it. I know
I
it's
have
LMFAO. Yeah.
Sexy and I
That's
know
what
it.
it is.
Yeah, it's called Party Anthem.
No, that's the song name. Sexy and I know it.
But it's also, I think, Parentheses Party Anthem.
It might be after
swear
that.
it
Might
was,
be after.
yeah.
It
But
very
no,
well
Sexy
might.
or No, it is the name of the
Yeah,
song.
right.
I
Yeah,
have no idea what you're even talking about.
I'm sexy and I know it.
We'll play it for you afterwards.
You don't know a song?
No, I know that doesn't sound like anything I would listen to.
Yeah, it's like on commercials and stuff.
What's the Amber says you like look in the mirror and sing that song.
Put it on the microphone. Put it in the microphone.
There we go.
Right in the end.
I have no idea.
Wait. You got to hear it. Yeah.
It'll work
I
out.
like this song. I don't know much about it, but
You got to hear the tag.
I'm starting to get in. Oh, now I'm really getting into it.
Come on, do it. Take your shirt off.
All right.
Oh, Carl said that's Bunny's song.
Oh, it is a bunny song. You're right.
I still have no idea what it is. I don't think I've ever heard that song.
Eric,
I
you see
probably
the
have.
party lights we have going on?
I saw that.
thought you were going to
I was having a stroke.
He had the flu Rona.
I had to take a couple deep breaths.
Okay, so is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys like that?
Crazy.
It was
It was
yeah, I
awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this week's before we got a few things to end with, but we got to talk about obviously the NFL playoffs.
NFL Supercard Wild Card Weekend.
So the playoffs kick off this weekend. We have 6 games on tap. Big weekend. We got 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 on Monday night. The first time a Monday night
That's
football
awesome
game.
to
That's
have
gonna be
it on
awesome.
Monday,
Yeah. You got the Cardinals and Rams meeting on Monday night. On Sunday afternoon at 4:30, you got the 49ers and Cowboys. The Eagles at Tampa start day on Sunday. To end your day on Sunday night will be Steelers at Chiefs. And your Saturday will start with the Raiders at Bengals. And to end your night will be the Patriots at Bills. So let's start out. Let's just go through these games real quick, and let's see what we got for picks.
Are we still doing our picks then? They still
I don't know if they're up. If they
Yeah,
are,
they're
let's-
on there.
Okay,
They're
let's
there.
go.
I'm looking at them now.
We can do. I straight up picks are good too because doing against picks. But yeah, do our picks. Obviously, I forgot about that. We can. I didn't know if we can still do them, so we'll do them.
I didn't either.
Yep.
So we'll throw them on there and we'll throw them in.
If I go undefeated and you lose every game plus like 4 more, I'll catch you.
all right. Oh, they are okay. Pretty sweet. Okay, so the first game on the list here is the Vegas Raiders at the Bengals. Bengals is one of the hotter teams. We just talked them up, and Joe Burrow in the group. So all that can mean is fiery crash of a death to the Raiders. Let's go with our picks, Willie. What do you think? And you can talk spread and straight up on spread, but what do you think? 6.5. You got the Bengals giving the Raiders in Cincinnati.
I think Joe Burrow's gonna he's gonna win this game. I mean, he's looking forward to this one. He didn't get a chance last year because he got hurt. I don't even know if he would have even made it to that point, but hey, he's gonna go for it. And he's such a cool cat, you know. He just takes it easy. I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay.
The Bengals.
Eric.
I'm taking the Bengals too. I think. I mean, it's a 6.5 point. They're going to win by I think 14. To tell you the truth, I think they're the hot team right now. Jamar Chase is awesome. So I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay. Ed.
I already picked Burrows for the MVP. I'm going Bengals all in this game.
Okay.
I don't think Vegas is going to be a competition for him. I really don't.
I'm going to take the Raiders plus 6.5, but I think the Bengals win the game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Close
Yeah.
one then. Huh?
It's a lot of points. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a
it
playoff
is.
game. It's a playoff game, and I mean, okay, so we got the Patriots visiting the Bill. We'll kind of mix around here, pick different starts. So Patriots at the Bills. Patriots getting 4.5. Has Mac Jones hit the wall? We don't know. We'll see. Eric, you can start this one off.
I think if Tom Brady was on the Patriots, I'd pick this differently. But I don't know if he hit the wall or what. But I think it's just it's the inexperience is going to come into play. It's his first time in the playoffs. I think the Bills will win. I mean, I think they'll win by 10 points. So I'm taking them the whole way.
Willie.
The forecast game night 17 degrees and 50% chance of snow.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of remind you of the Patriots Oakland Raiders, the tuck.
Yeah.
So was it 4.5 you said? So I'm gonna go with the Patriots here.
Okay, 4.5.
4.5, yeah.
Ed.
And I think Mac Jones has hit the rookie wall per se. And I think Belichick's going to outcoach him in bad weather. He's got a better running game for sure. It's going to be a tough game. I'm going to take New England.
I'm gonna take the Bills because actually the Bills, which will surprise a lot of people, and this is like running back rushing. They've actually like 6 weeks have been one of the highest rushing teams in the league.
Yeah,
the best rushing.
Singletary's been pretty good.
They run the ball well, and if they can get that going, and plus with
bad weather,
and plus with Josh Allen, I think is the better. I think Mac Jones has a great rookie year. I think Josh Allen is the better playmaker. Obviously, he can move. He's 6'8", 6'5", whatever he is.
He runs. Josh Allen runs the ball really well.
Yeah. He's smart. He keeps himself out of it. So as long as I'm going to take the Bills in that game, 4.5. I think the Patriots give it a go, but I think it's going to be a late touchdown.
He had a few quarterbacks drafted ahead of him too.
Yeah,
he's one of those, and he's got a cannon.
Yeah,
Man.
he might have been drafted the same year as Carson Wentz, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Outside shot. Okay, so we have the Eagles.
Carson's been to more Super Bowls.
Good point. On the crutches, though.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's honest.
He rode the bus.
Yeah, you're right, but he did get him there. So
yeah, I mean, yeah. So
I'll get him to the playoffs. So Eagles at the Buccaneers, 9.5. The Buccaneers are giving. Ed, you can start this one off. 9.5 Buccaneers at home versus the Eagles.
I'm going to say Philly covers that, but they're going to lose.
Eric.
Okay, so is Leonard Fournette in or out?
He's supposed to play. I thought
they have several key players return this week, including Leonard Fournette, JPP, and Shaq Barrett.
Okay.
You know that every year in the wild card round, there's upsets. It usually is like half and half. I'll take the upset with the points, and the Buccaneers probably still eke by 3 or something to win it straight up. But I'll take the points with Philly.
Okay.
You know, the Eagles haven't beaten a team with a winning record this year. They have not.
I don't think they're going to do it this week either. But
so I'm going to go with. I think the Buccaneers are going to put it on them this week. So I'm going Bucks.
I'm agree with Willie. I think the Buccaneers. I think Philly. Not beating a lot of great teams this year, obviously, and I just think the Buccaneers. This should be a game they should win. They're the better team. I mean, a couple of these games you're looking at. I mean, the Bengals, but the Bills, Patriots could be close and all that. So I like the Buccaneers, but I mean, the Eagles do run the ball well. Let's see if they can contain Jalen Hurts. We'll see what happens, but I like the Buccaneers in this, and I think they win. I think they're going to win this game because their defense forces a few turnovers. I really do. I think that's why it becomes up the spread.
Gainwell was running well this week,
but I think the spread gets covered.
Gained well.
You think they're going to cover it too?
Well, I think because they're going to get turnovers. I think there's going to be some key turnovers in this game. But I think the Buccaneers cover.
Oh, you think I don't.
Yeah, I do. Just because I think they get some turnovers. I think their defense has kind of been. I think their defense has kind of been talked down the last few weeks. I think they got to show something this week. It's going to be tough as it goes further, but this is the game they can actually.
Good game.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a sneaky game. I agree. It's a good one. This next one is the sneaky one. The 49ers at the Cowboys is the big one. I think that's
1990s again.
Yeah. You got Joma, you got Steve Young coming out with Terrell Owens, and you got Troy Aikman at his retirement year with Michael Irving and
triplets.
Yeah,
I was going to say Danny White versus Joe Montana, but yeah, you can go with it.
And Dwight Clark's going to make a catch in the end zone. So, what do you think about this one, Willie? What do you think?
Well, so the Niners are 7-2 in the last 2 months, but the highest amount of points they've scored is 31. I think they're going to need more than 31 to beat the Cowboys. So, I'm going to take the Cowboys on this one.
Okay,
at Dallas, correct?
Yes, it's at Dallas. Yep. Eric.
I don't think that they're going to need 31 because they're going to hold the Cowboys to like 14. So I'm taking the 49ers to win straight up. That's my upset, at least so far.
I was going to be upset too.
Are you upset?
I think Dale's going to choke at home in front of all the fans that pay, $6,000 a ticket to go see this game.
$1,000 less than Green Bay, so they got more seats in Dallas, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like a skyscraper in there.
I don't know. I watched San Francisco this week, and they were scrappy, man. I don't know.
I think the Cowboys are going to win the game and cover. I just think they have too many weapons on offense, and I think you see a different Zeke Elliott this week. I think his playing gingerly last few weeks will disappear. It's the playoffs, and I think their running game. I think their running game is the difference in this game, not San Francisco's. I think that's going to be the big thing in this game. I think the 49ers, at times last week, they had trouble protecting, and the cornerbacks of the 49ers have been beat up this year. They're kind of the same situation as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I don't think we'll see. I think they did a good job. I think, but the Cowboys line might be a little better than the Rams line, and we'll see. They got a lot of guys back, but I agree with you guys. The 49ers are scrappy. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm taking the Cowboys -3. Steelers Chiefs, a team that this is to me, this is the Bears making the playoffs last year is the Steelers. It's the same concept. I don't think the Steelers should be in the playoffs. I don't think they're good enough offensively to compete with any team in the playoffs. I think, and I said this about the World Series, and I said the Braves are the weakest team and they won it. But I'm going to sit behind this and say that the Steelers are the worst team in the playoffs, and they may win one, but I don't think they're going to win one in Kansas City. And 13 points is a ton, but I'm going to take the 13. I don't think here's the thing: if the Chiefs score 20, I don't know what's going to happen with how much is Pittsburgh going to score? 6, 10? I don't know. Are they going to score a ton? You think they're going to score over 10 points? 13? I don't know. I mean they do score 13. It means they have to score 27. But
be a miracle.
They got to win one for the Gipper,
Yeah, and I know it's Ross, but it is a great story. It's a great story, but the team's not good enough to write that ending that he wants. Or
one
needs.
more week, the women in Pittsburgh got to be afraid.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Chiefs -13. It's a lot to take. I know it's crazy. I just got anybody else. I probably would give the take the points, but I'm taking the Chiefs. Willie,
I'm taking the Chiefs because you know what? You know what happened 15 days ago? Chiefs 36, Steelers 10.
Yeah, good point.
I don't think it's going to make any difference what's going to happen here. I mean, I'm going with Kansas City, and they're going to cover. So,
okay. Eric,
I don't even think the Steelers will get 10 this time. I'd say it's probably like a 27-3 kind of game. So I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be that close. I don't.
That is close, by the way.
I don't
you
know.
think it's a keep the bus running game?
Yeah. I don't even think the stands are going to be filled. And Kansas City fills the stands.
There's going to be a lot of Steelers fans.
They travel well.
It'll be filled, but yeah, I don't see how they lose this game and don't cover 12.5.
And another pretty good. There's a lot of good games on Doc.
But you never know. It's the freaking playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. If it happens, we're not going to go home. That's crazy. Rams, Cardinals, Monday Night Football, playoff football, -4 at SoFi. Willie, Rams giving 4 to the Cardinals.
Just looking at the Cards, they enter the playoffs. They're on a 1-4 stretch right now.
Yep.
It's pretty bad. I don't. And then they got beat by 17 last time they played the Rams at SoFi. So I'm going. Rams are going to cover.
Okay. Hey, is Hopkins coming back or is he done, Chase?
I haven't heard anything. I thought he was coming back for the playoffs.
So Watt will be back. I forgot. JJ Watt will be back. I don't know if that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they've been playing without it. I think Kirk was their only wide receiver playing this week.
Yeah.
Eric, I think they probably wish they had TJ Watt coming instead of JJ. But
Eric, what do you think? -4.
It's a tough game. I don't think either team has been. I think both teams have been underachieving. I guess I'll just go with the Rams because they're the home team. So they'll cover the 4 points. They'll probably win by a touchdown. So Rams.
Just to be weird, I'll pick Arizona. They play good on the road. They play better on the road than at home.
Yeah, they lost one game on the road this year.
Yeah, that was it.
Or none. One. One.
Well, they lost against Detroit.
And in Detroit.
In Detroit.
So they
Oh, yeah,
lost
so
two
that
on
was-
the road.
No, that was I think that was their first loss. They might have
But
won
you
it.
said the Rams, they lost there too.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah. So I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
So
I'm
I don't know. I'm
gonna.
gonna say if Kyler Murray gets Hopkins back, he's got Ertz now. It's a different team. Hopefully Murray actually comes out of his shell and plays like he can, like the first 5 weeks of every year.
I'm gonna take the Rams. I think what happens with Kyler Murray and the Rams, I think that front four can get after him, and I still think Murray's still behind a little bit behind the reading defense
Yeah,
sometimes. And
I agree.
I think his feet save him a lot, which is that's awesome. That's how I think he's a good player. But I think that line gets after him with four people, and I think or four guys, and I think that causes him trouble all day.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Dropping, but it's 4 point. Like it's playoffs.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just pick them for some reason.
I know, I'll be all wrong probably, so it doesn't matter.
Hopkins he had knee surgery towards MCL December 13th. Likely 6 weeks of recovery, they said. So he could be back next week, but long shot.
He won't be back.
Yeah.
Unless Bruce Arians makes him. Oh wait, wrong team.
Right, wrong.
He doesn't coach there anymore.
Oh, so
So
anyway,
who are they gonna have as their receivers then? They got Kirk and
More?
Yeah.
Maury.
Moore, yeah.
He's not even up
Yeah.
there.
No.
Ertz.
It's gonna be just
Ertz, yeah.
AJ
Ertz.
Green and Ertz.
AJ Green. AJ Green's had a couple decent games.
Yeah.
He's still
He's been
Except
playing
for-
better.
he turn around when against the Packers.
I know,
Moron.
Jim.
Kyler Murray's
All
like,
right.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
All right,
So-
so help me out, guys. Okay, are we
Oh,
done?
okay.
Are we done with the picks?
Yeah.
This is related. So
Wear
I'm
a
in a
thong. Wear a thong. Wear a thong.
I should okay. Just
Please.
the pink one or the blue one? Which one?
Whatever. They both look good on you.
Okay.
What
No,
color
so
your
I'm
pick?
okay. Here's my. We could make this quick. So I'm in a
That's what she said.
I'm in a playoff style fantasy football league. Scott's in it too, but Scott has 2 bye weeks. So
Do I really?
Yeah, you're the 2 seed. You have 2 weeks off until you actually play.
Oh, good. My knee's been sore.
I know.
Rest
So,
up.
From
so
kicking
let me
ass.
ask you this.
I didn't even know. I don't even know. I didn't even know this. I knew I was the
Yeah, you
playoff.
have two weeks off. Yeah, but I have to play.
Wait, you're not doing it every one time. But you know what 2 bye weeks mean? I lose the first week of the playoff when I get
Yeah.
back in. So go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you're guaranteed top 4 money is what it is.
Am
So,
I really?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
More money.
I know.
Double reverse.
And-
$1.
Okay, Eric, go ahead.
so you guys are gonna help me decide. Okay, which quarterback is gonna have the best performance this weekend
Justin Herbert.
with his girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, beat me to that one.
Okay,
I was too far
okay,
from the
for
microphone.
real. Willie,
Tom Brady.
Willie,
I said Tom Brady.
I heard you, and now it's Willie's turn.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with
Johnny U.
Remember that guy?
Joe
back
Burrow.
in the day?
oh, nice.
Joe Burrow.
Okay,
I-
Ed.
Joe Burrow as well. That's
Okay.
right. I was going all the way.
Do you
Which
know-
run? Jace, are you chiming in?
Yeah, who do you think?
For what?
Best quarterback this weekend.
Best quarterback this weekend. I think I gotta go with Jalen Hurts. First playoff game. I think he might show on the road. It's a tough place to play.
I called that game too.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win, but I think he may have one of the better
Doesn't have
performances.
to win. Just has to have a lot of points for Eric. That's it.
Yes, touchdowns.
Maybe you should
Um,
trade for Lamar Jackson, cheater.
Yeah, that lot of good that did me. I went from first
you-
place
you
to
made
7th
playoff.
place since I did that.
Hey, look, someone that plays with dignity, with respect to the
Karma.
game, fantasy. I'm the 2 seed. I got 2 weeks off.
I know.
I
The guy
just
that
found-
complained about it. The guy that said he was going to quit next year.
Oh, I'm in. I'm back in. If I won top 4 money, if I win
Yeah.
money, I have to. There's a rule. If you win money in the league, you have to get back in. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how much you win. You have to
Yeah.
get back. There's a rule.
All right.
I see
All
the
right.
meme,
This is
actually.
my
And then
segment.
you
here.
get the draft together. Then we get to hang out and drink.
Yeah, I
beer.
know. Yeah, we could do it on the sitting at that table.
Yeah, we
Okay,
did.
which running back? Now give me the running back.
That's tough.
Touchdowns too. Think
Austin
about-
Eckler. Oh,
Dude.
sorry, and tie.
So running back, huh? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. The Raiders had I'm gonna go with Joe Mixon if he plays. I know he hurt himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Joe Mixon. I think.
He's supposed to play.
It's a good mix. I think. I like Joe
Mhm.
Mixon against the Raiders defense.
Okay.
Willie.
Willie.
I'm gonna go with the.
Ed. What he's
Rush,
thinking.
Rush Monday Stevenson.
From the
Patriots.
Patriots. You're going to stick up over Damian Harris?
Yeah,
Damian. Damian's had a lot of touchdowns this year.
I know, but it's going to be a snow game. That's what I'm picking.
Okay.
Good. I like that. I like the way you're thinking. Willie.
He's back. I'm gonna go with Fournette. He likes the playoffs.
Yeah, if he's back. Yeah, good call. I like that call. Remember, the Eagles had a tough time stopping the run at times this year.
Yeah.
So if it is Fournette, if they got that legit number one there.
There's actually memes going out that Derek Carr looks like the guy breaking into Home Alone's house. The Home Alone house.
I've seen that before.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's
So
awesome.
are we talking receivers now?
Yeah, just okay. So this will be the last one. So a receiver mixed in, you can mix in the tight ends.
Jamar Chase.
That's what I'm picking.
Jamar Chase.
Because I'm picking Burrow. I bet Chase is going to have a huge day.
Get the hookup, huh?
Really?
Chase. Yeah.
I'm gonna go then since they're all just
or Cup.
It's easy. Oh yeah, don't forget about Cooper Cup.
Cup.
Yeah, that's a huge
I'm gonna go with if you can't get Cup because who knows how. I know you got to pick in a draft, right?
Yeah, it's just four. There's 4 people, so I'm the third pick every.
You know who would be a good pick, and he's last couple weeks he's getting more in sync for some reason. He was lost a little bit. He had a decent fantasy. Diggs.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs has
he had a
come up
touchdown this last week too.
I know they're playing the Patriots, a tough defense, but I think he's looked this last game I watched and I watched last week. He's starting to look for him in a lot of situations that are those key situations. I like Diggs maybe. As kind of that sleeper. I know he's playing the Patriots. Might be one of the better defenses scheming wise left, but I don't know. I kind of like Diggs a little bit.
Yeah,
All
right, you could have your show back.
Well, and tight end. I guess. I mean, the best.
You want to see a tight end?
I know the best tight end left. What do you guys think best tight end that you would take? I know there's a couple decent ones, like name wise, got Kittle and that, but I don't know. Who would you guys take?
Kelsey, maybe?
Yeah.
I might take Ertz with Hopkins out.
Yeah, but Ertz has been kind of quiet last week. I had him.
Yeah,
He hasn't been huge.
But they have to.
This last week he didn't get much.
I'm going Schultz with Dallas.
Yeah, he has had a couple good
days.
days.
Higbee's looked
Higby had a good day there today. Oh, we did
Travis Kelsey. You guys hear me?
Kelsey's a good, old, reliable. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Old, reliable. Yeah.
Kittle.
So how does that work? So I get the draft eventually? I get the draft in a 4-man draft eventually?
Yeah, you'll draft during the AFC and NFC championship rounds.
Oh, so it gets thin.
Yeah, it gets really thin. It gets interesting.
Okay. I just asked.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need advice.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll be in it. Maybe you'll be in it and we'll be against each other. You can draft together.
That would be wonderful. I'll have to come, I'll have to be the underdog.
If we both make the final 4, we make a pact to split the money, no matter whoever wins.
Really?
Yeah.
You already made the final 4.
No, if he makes it 2.
Good night, buddy. Come here.
You already won money. Why would you?
No, I'm fine. If he gets there, I get to make more. I'm fine with
He got you into the league.
Yeah, he got me. And so if he makes it, hey, what's up, Logan?
Good night, buddy.
So yeah, if you get to the final 4, both in, we'll split whatever we win. We'll split it.
All right, fine.
Okay, so you got to make it.
If we both get there.
Yeah, if we both get there. I ain't giving you a crap. You don't make it. You got to get up. Come, you got to get off the porch.
Got to
I
work
mean,
for
how
your-
about if you make it? How about just if you make it, Scott, we'll split it.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea, Eric. I like it. Oh.
And I'll trade you Lamar Jackson.
Oh, even better. So Dolphins, we were talking about firings. Dolphins fired Brian Flores, as we talked about. The Vikings fired Mike Zimmer. The Bears fired Matt Nagy. And the Broncos fired Vic Fangio. And earlier in the year, obviously, we lost John Gruden and Urban Meyer. So that's who was fired. And we'll talk more about coaching hires maybe next week. We'll talk who got hired or GMs or whatever. We'll get more into that.
There's so much stuff to talk about. We could go on for another hour.
Did you see John Gruden getting hired?
No.
You don't think nobody will?
They won't allow
No,
it.
they won't allow
NFL
it.
never allowed it. Nope.
He was run out of the league.
They won't allow it. And the problem is it's we talked about this before, but here's the problem. Only certain people can make mistakes to get their jobs back. That's it. That's an easy way to say it.
He's not one of them.
No, he's not.
Urban Meyer's getting like a coordinator job?
Urban Meyer, no, he's going back to college somewhere. He ain't come back to pros.
He would be allowed back.
Oh, he's fine. What he didn't do anything wrong. He basically what he did in that bar. It's between him and his wife.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Not my business.
Yeah.
Not my problem. She was of age. It's a bar. It's not my problem. He's a
Gruden
dirtbag
pissed
a little
off
bit,
the
but
NFL commissioner, and it was a witch hunt to get rid of him.
Tom Brady too.
Where's all these other emails? They search all these emails, and you're saying Gruden was the the only one that was an asshole. Yeah, right. In
So
12 years.
So me and some guys did up my other league. We did a little fantasy league just for he picked 3 games we did this weekend. We each draft 6 guys, so 6 games, and he picked every game that the guy picked for this draft was the 3 OT games. It was pretty funny. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Rams, 49ers, and last night's game, Chargers. And he picked all games that matter. That's why he did it. And I got the 4th pick, and I'm sitting. It's very quarterback heavy numbering league. It really is. And I'm sitting there, and the first pick I think was Eckler. Second pick was I think Freeman went second. Don't ask. I don't.
Devontae Freeman.
I think.
Don't ask, don't tell.
And I think maybe Cup went third. Well, I took Justin Herbert. Guess who won?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, who am I gonna? Maybe I'll take Stafford. But I did. The reason I was taking a quarterback there because I didn't get stuck with. In most of we do a turkey day one with 6 teams, and I usually look and okay, if I get stuck with the last quarterback, I didn't want to get stuck with Roethlisberger.
Right.
I didn't want to get stuck with him. I'm like, I don't get stuck with him, so I'm taking the best quarterback here.
Hell yeah.
I took Herbert. I was like, it was between him and Stafford, and I was like, well, I'm taking Herbert. I think he's it worked out. It was cool because and I ended up with. I took Ayuk. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Late. So it's fun. It's something different. And I got to talk to you guys after if you guys are interested. We're doing a playoff league where you draft every round. It's a point thing. So we draft. I got a program. I'm using that same program Pete uses.
Well, yeah. Then it'll get you used to drafting when you draft in 2 weeks.
So you redraft you can redraft. And what you do is you draft. And then after that week, 12 guys start the league. Week 2, we're down to 8. So it's a guillotine league, basically.
Oh, guillotine.
Bottom 4 get kicked out, we redraft. Next week, 4 more get kicked out. We redraft.
Cow.
So, and then the final 2 go in the Super Bowl, and they pick whoever's in the Super Bowl. And
it's a touchdown thing?
It's going to be normal points.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
going to say the drafting concept is the same as Pete's league.
It's only going to be 20. Yeah, because that program is free that Pete uses. I didn't know that. It looks like.
Okay.
Just a PPR type thing?
Yeah, and it's 25. It's only going to do 25, $30 a guy. Nothing crazy. So if you guys are interested, I'll let you know. We're going to draft Thursday or Friday. Has to be drafted. So
yeah,
we're looking for guys. So I'll keep you guys. If you guys want to get in, let me know.
All right.
And if I'm probably we can draft here. If you guys want to come over, and just say you're in draft.
Yeah, we'll be feeling lonely. We hadn't been here in 2 days by that point.
Maybe Eric could get out of out of
quarantine.
jail.
Yeah, I mean, it's I haven't been sick, so I mean, if you guys,
we've been missing you. We've been together. We've been together nonstop for like a week.
Yeah. I see the sleeping bags. I saw the sleeping bags in the background.
We're like 2 brothers and our grandpa.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a tent.
So what else?
I got.
go ahead.
What about the Jacksonville Jaguars? Won their game against Indianapolis, and then Detroit helps them out and wins their game against the Packers. So Jacksonville won the first pick, right?
Yes, they did.
And did you guys hear the rumors today? They're gonna draft a coach.
I think the NFL should go to the NBA style. I think they should a lot. I think the top 5 teams should be lottery.
NHL does the same thing.
That'd be
I think
cool.
they should.
Yeah,
because then it doesn't matter because these players should not be put in positions and coaches and the team should be like, well, we need to lose this game. So and none of the teams really do it in the NFL. The NBA, that's why NBA does it, and so they do it. Yeah. I get it. But why does the NFL go to that or go to
and the NFL is the easiest one to rig because it's so short a season.
Maybe go to like tiebreakers, like if the top 2 teams played each other, the team that beat the other team that gets the first pick.
I think
so. If Jacksonville and Detroit would have played this year, the winner of that game will get the first pick because they won that game.
I see what you're saying.
So if
backwards,
you win, yeah.
I think it should. Whoever goes for it on 4th down the most should get the first pick.
Well, the Chargers get the first pick.
Whoever gave up
Chargers in Detroit.
Yeah.
Whoever gave up less points. I mean, stuff like that would be interesting.
Yeah, less points would be a good one because you got to go out there and bust your butt and make plays.
You still got to make your plays.
Yeah, something
and you got screwed over. You know?
Yeah, less points make you work where you got to put your best defense on the field then at least.
Yeah. So I mean, there's ways to do it.
Yeah, out of the top 3 lowest points or head to head. If they played head to head, that knocks it out. I don't know. Something making it. I'm gonna call Roger after. I'll see what he says.
There you go.
I got. We talk. We're gonna sit and watch a game together over the phone.
Just text them.
I FaceTime on all the time. Me FaceTime before I go to bed. I have to look at him. I have to see him before I sleep.
The clown face on?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, speaking of clown faces, I don't want to interrupt you. You talk about the clowns?
Go ahead. You're on it.
Oh, I'm watching yesterday, and it says a commercial says 2 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea. And I picture What are the other three doing? Like high-fiving in their Jacksonville Jaguar uniforms? Woo! Diarrhea, yeah! It's like
Diarrhea.
I was like, what? Only two suffer from it. The other three enjoy it.
So I got two things here. Okay. I know I mentioned this earlier in the year here. Will Seattle be Pete-less in Seattle?
No. No.
I think it didn't happen
It
yet.
might, it might be Wilson-less.
In Seattle?
I think he could be.
No, they said last night that he's staying in there. He's not leaving, they said. Pete Carroll's out, though, most likely.
Wait. Russell Wilson staying? You just said him.
No, he's asking about Pete Carroll.
Oh, I heard
Okay.
Wilson.
Yeah, pay attention.
I heard
Maybe
Wilson.
if you didn't wear the headphones over your hood.
My
we
point
said
about
that.
Russell Wilson going to be will they not? I don't think Russell Wilson trying to get rid of Pete Carroll, but will they look at it and go maybe it's kind of worn out its welcome?
Maybe it's the time.
So to
Yeah.
go, you know what, we'll get rid of Pete Carroll and get someone maybe in here to work with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
that might be what I'm saying. I'm not saying Russ was anything underhanded because I don't think he did.
Or is Pete Carroll going to stay in there like, okay, Russell Wilson's worn out his welcome, and it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for Carroll to go.
Yeah,
he is older, too.
I don't hate old. He's just
they've been successful. And it goes back to almost like the Packers with McCarthy. It is what it is. I mean,
It just needs they need a new voice.
Yeah, something different.
Right. Yeah. One other thing, Tom Brady stayed in the game late to help Rob Gronkowski earn $500,000 in his bonus.
Nice.
He didn't come
Yeah,
up
he did.
again, Gabbert. Stay there. I'm going on the field. Get this guy his next pass.
Just like he probably would have done for Antonio Brown.
He would have done the same thing.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
would've. Yes, he would've.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He sure would have. And
He's
one
a
other
team
thing
guy.
on this day in sports history, you guys will remember this. It's one of those games.
What year?
1982. It has a name to the game.
It's the Frank Reich game, right?
No.
Or,
The drive. The drive.
ooh,
the
good one.
catch?
The
Oh, no.
catch.
Oh, the
Yeah.
catch.
It's the catch.
Against
I thought it
Dallas.
was a drive. I thought I was with Eric. I thought it was a drive.
82.
The John Elway thing, but you're talking about the
God.
Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark.
I remember that.
82 was
Do you know what happened yesterday in sports history on 2011?
Huh?
The Beast Quake.
Ah.
Marshawn Lynch ran it back with guys on his back.
Is he the guy in those commercials?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's
Skittles.
crazy.
He's awesome.
yeah.
Funny.
He is awesome.
He is what I think he's one of those guys that does a lot that people don't hear about.
The Mannings should have him on every week.
Oh,
Well, during like
with the drop button on him.
Right. Oh,
during
yeah,
the
yeah.
2020 Christmas, he does it. He's
Or
done it.
dump.
He did it this year
I
again
think I
too.
need that today.
He did it during Thanksgiving and Christmas. He'll walk through the streets of Hawaii, just handing people turkeys.
The streets
Hawaii.
of Hawaii.
Or no, it's probably where he came from.
No, it was Hawaii.
That's
I'm so
a
serious.
state.
Or country. I meant to say Hawaii. No,
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
He wants you to stay to Hawaii.
he'll like stand in the meeting.
Hey, meet me in Hawaii on Street 27.
Next week we're going to the streets of Africa.
You think he would be a lot skinnier if he did that?
You know, he's a nice guy. He actually walks the streets of Antarctica and hands out food to penguins.
And he'll
Oh,
sit
my
on the
God.
eggs for the penguins while they go eat.
What happens behind that dumpster?
He wears a
man?
tux so it doesn't freak him out.
he regurgitates for the baby
And
penguin.
it wasn't Hawaii. It's from where he's from. He does it. Like the state he's from.
I thought it was Hawaii. It said.
No, like wherever he's from.
California, I think.
No, I think he's from like.
You need to take your
Look
kids
up
out on
Marsha.
vacation.
Yeah.
One
He went to college with
He went to Cal, but
Yeah.
He's from
Oakland.
Oakland.
Oh, he's from Oakland, yeah.
Oakland,
And he
yeah.
walks through like Oakland. He gives
I
out
thought it was
food.
Hawaii.
Oakland guy.
Oakland,
Oakland,
Maui.
I swear to God, there are palm trees in the back.
Is that a waterfall? No,
They have
it's a-
palm trees in Oakland. Jesus.
Okay. The Raiders play there. It doesn't seem like that nice of a place.
Well, that's why he walks through and gets turkeys out.
that's a beautiful waterfall there. No, that's a sewage treatment plant.
Are those mountain? Nope, the dump.
There are mountains there.
Yeah, Hawaii had tons of snow a couple weeks back. They got over a foot.
Oakland, Oakland, Hawaii.
Oakland, Hawaii.
Oakland, Hawaii.
Actually,
That's
by
why what's his name
Sacramento, they
shot
got like
34 under.
Oh,
do you see actually stupid stuff right outside of Sacramento up in the mountains? 18 feet of snow the other day.
Wow.
really?
18 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, there were pictures all over the intranet.
The
It was
internet.
crazy.
What's that?
So, anything else?
I got one more crazy story.
Okay.
The ladies are gonna have to up their game in women's swimming. I don't know if you guys seen all these stories. In Ivy League action, Yale's transgender swimmer Isaac Hennig, who is transitioning from a woman to a man, beat University of Penn's transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, who's transitioning from a man to a woman. We talked about this, and she was dominating. So that was in the women's 100. I think it was in a couple events. So Hennig has already had his breasts removed.
Hers.
No, it's his. No, he should.
She's becoming a man.
Yeah.
So her
she ripped her
breast-
shirt off and showed, and you can see the scars.
Okay.
And, you know, and at first when they just said transgender swimmers, and I was thinking of this Leah Thomas, and they're like ripped her shirt. I'm like, doesn't look right, you know. And so it was the opposite of what I thought. So actually, if we go back to when we were kids, a woman beat a man, and so it's pretty impressive.
Billie Jean King.
But she was allowed to, or he was allowed to compete because he hadn't been taking testosterone yet.
Okay.
She held off the testosterone stuff until these competing was over.
I feel like that gives her more aerodynamics. See,
and Patton Oswalt doesn't like that joke, so he's going to apologize for it. That douchebag.
That was terrible.
One of them had,
but I mean, it was
one of them had a rudder and the other one didn't.
Keep going to the left. No, it's actually a good story. Finally, where it's just I'm confused completely. I had to have this explained to me like 3 times. But a woman actually beat a man when a man was competing against women when he shouldn't have been. Or should
I
have.
gotcha.
So good story. I mean, different.
Interesting story.
Good talk.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I have to keep writing shit down just to try and figure it out. But there's like a Venn diagram I have on my phone here.
Anything else?
Novak Djokovic, I think, was released from Australian prison now.
Oh, he's it's been deemed that he can stay in the country.
Yeah, I think he's been released from the prison.
The hotel or whatever he was put in.
The deportation COVID.
It was
hotel.
like he was locked. They took away his clothes and everything. So he's been locked in there with no. He's got a phone but no clothes.
Like Guantanamo Bay.
I know. I was thinking. So now, I got one last thing. I don't want to keep. After hearing that Novak Djokovic and Aaron Rodgers were both unvaccinated, I did what other reporters do because that's what we pride ourselves on that here at the Basement Benchwarmers. I Googled to see who else was unvaccinated. You guys won't believe this. Hitler was unvaccinated.
Makes
dun,
sense.
dun, dun.
That's great.
Man. Who'd have thought?
Anything, Willie?
What a
I'm
jerk.
not. You know what? You are a predictor. Guess what the score of the game is? Unless you're watching it.
No, not at all.
Do I know the score of the game
No,
at
what
halftime?
score? What score at halftime?
Alabama 9, Georgia 6.
Ooh, 69. Yeah.
Ding, ding,
That's
ding,
a scoregasm for the bench warmers.
That's a scoregasm.
There's a video of There's a video of Ida, the Georgia's bulldog, falling over in its cage asleep.
Watch the game.
Yeah, baby.
I hope it ends. Who's winning? Alabama?
Yes.
I don't care. I hope it ends that way.
That's a benchwarmer scoregami.
Scoregami. Yep. Bench warmer scoregami.
Where's the scoregasm?
No,
But
it's
yeah.
scoregami. I messed up the
Scoregami.
first time I told you guys.
I know. I love that though. Yours is way better.
Hey, Eric, we were talking earlier. Have you watched Cobra Kai?
No, I've never watched it.
Do you watch Yellowstone?
No, somebody told me that the other day. Like, you have to watch Yellowstone. Is it on Paramount?
Yeah, it's on Paramount. But I have.
Isn't it HBO Max too?
No.
Okay.
No, I want to watch Yellowstone. I don't know about. Is Cobra Kai that good?
It's just cheesy, but it's awesome.
I heard this season. People were saying this season hasn't been that good.
I watched the whole thing already.
Already?
Like,
okay.
They released it all at once, so you can watch it all in one
okay.
sitting.
Any? Do you guys watch the Star Wars stuff? Did anybody watch Boba Fett?
No, I don't.
I watched the first few episodes. It's
What do you think,
okay.
Eric?
I watched like half of the first episode. It's not like The Mandalorian was really good, but Boba Fett's kind of eh. And you know what I can't get through for some reason is the second season of the morning show. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the first season.
Really? I thought it was awesome.
I think, yeah, it's. I was trying to watch the other night. I'm like, I can't even watch this. I turned it off, and I'm like on like the 4th episode.
Well, nice to see you. Get out of here.
I'm sorry. It's no Ted Lasso.
I think you got to try.
I'll
Work
I'll get through it. Now,
Drink a
now
couple more beers before I start watching it.
Yeah, Ozark is going to be back in sometime. I think February, I believe.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah, Ozark coming back, and Better Call Saul will be. I'll be all over those two shows.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay, good. I just want to ask about Yellowstone. Watch it though when you get a chance.
Yeah, I do want to watch Yellowstone because a lot of people.
I DVR'd the whole. I DVR'd the whole thing. It was on like a marathon over the holidays.
Okay.
I DVR'd every single one from start to finish. So like it's on my DVR. So I'm like forced to remember to watch it. And we watched 3 episodes, which is they were pretty good. They're legit. They're good.
All right. And how many seasons?
4. They just finished season 4. And the shows are hour. I have 39, or it was 39 12 episodes when it started.
Wow.
So I got 35 up to 36. And the first one was 2 hours long. So I don't know if any others one like that, but they're usually like an hour. Well, they're an hour with commercial, so they're about 40 minutes. They're actually pretty fast. Yeah, 45.
Fast forward through them.
Yep.
Okay.
So
yeah, I heard good things.
Yep. So anything else, guys?
Real quick, I got something.
Yep.
So this weekend, if you want to learn to curl, you can do it up at Racine at the Racine Curling Club. They have it, let's see here, on Friday, January 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. and on Saturday, January 15th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call and get a time. Get an hour of introduction to the basic skills of curling. Scott, you did that? That's how we got started.
Good time.
Bench warmers take on
curling.
curling.
So far away, I do it, but it's like north side, or it's all by Horlick and Racine. That's a long
It's
drive.
way up there.
Right by the airport.
Yeah, it's a drive, man. If it was like we had one in town here, I would think about actually doing a league. But it was a
Not
long
in this kind of weather. You're in bad weather going all the way up there.
and we went. We did a small league.
We
for
had a
like-
league, yeah.
like for 5 weeks, and I was like, man, I'm not driving up there. They had a night league. I'm like, I'm not getting that. That's a lot. It's a long. That's an hour. That's an hour round trip.
Yeah, it's a long
Home.
ways to drink
Yeah.
and then drive home.
Yeah.
And they like to drink. A lot of broom stacking going on.
No, it's industrial park, so it's
It was fun.
It was cool. It was fun. It's fun. So anything, Eric? Anything else from you?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm watching right now, but I don't know if it's a halftime show or a commercial or what. But Katy Perry is really slutty.
I want to change my pick to MVP this week. Katy Perry.
I second that. She's kind of a jerk, but I'm still gonna vote for
her. Yeah, she's being a jerk right now, and this whatever.
I put her on Team Ed.
Team Ed.
I put her under Team Ed.
I don't know. I haven't seen this Katy Perry in years.
Here, you need to be alone.
Yeah.
Right, black this out. Logan's gone. Logan's already asleep.
They're back to Kyler Murray.
Ed's like, let's get out of here so I can watch the halftime show.
Oh, what?
crazy.
He's showing us. He's showing us something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Oh, she quit dancing now.
I'll get that on Pornhub later, but
It must be the halftime show.
There's a
We
lot
do
going
fun
on.
of
Maybe it's her video release. I bet it was a release of her video they did at halftime. Something cool.
I do
Even
final
really
thoughts.
look.
Yeah,
Is that?
It's
Is
been
that
like
Katy
45
Perry?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it was Katy Perry. I think I saw She's releasing a song tonight.
She's had some work done or something. I don't know. Oh no, that's Katy. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Oh.
what she needs work done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh,
We were at Starlight the other night.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Did all that work there.
It's a good time. We had fun. We had a few drinks. Nothing crazy.
We straightened out a lot of stuff on the show.
Yeah, we went through some things.
You're out.
Well, today
We're gonna replace you with a rally monkey.
It's Black Monday.
I like the rally monkey.
I replace him with a mime.
Dear Eric, he's like, it is Black Monday. I figured.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Okay, closing thoughts.
Didn't I just give him?
Yeah, yeah, Willie.
Go Dogs! Come on, this. I know Scott's favorite number, but this,
Yeah, this is gold mine for the bench warmers.
it is.
Yeah.
So did you see what happened to Bama's number one?
How would
Or his ACL or Achilles?
How would we see
Quarterback?
that?
No, receiver. I don't know if he's news or anything. Plant over the middle, turned, planted, fell right down, non-contact.
Oh, that
pretty
must have
bad.
been when we were sitting over there not doing this show, watching the game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Of course we didn't see that.
I seen it. Scouring all the medias of stats in world.
That's
your
Jason's
job.
closing thought.
Prayers up to Jameson Williams.
Why?
That's
Oh, him. Eric, closing thoughts besides Katy Perry. You got to get going. You're getting the old lotion.
Well,
out.
it's over now, so I have to just towel off. So,
I'm in the bathroom. Leave me alone.
I'm ready for
Mom.
the second half now. I got like second wind.
Mom, sponge bath now.
Eric, can you wipe off the lens of your camera? It's kind of blurry.
I
You eat a cream puff?
I love the state fair.
Gelled your hair.
I love this.
Love the state fair.
Corn dogs and cream puffs. That's my new favorite.
Oh man, just good times. This summer.
I'm sorry. What? Go ahead, Eric.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in person again at some point. So,
Yeah, the feeling's kind of mutual.
we'll
could you please disinfect my chair?
He's wearing shorts too.
Oh,
He does have shorts on. I'll give him that.
jorts, I'm sure.
With the bottoms cut out.
Yeah.
The
Right.
fart hole.
Ed asked for that. He bought him for me.
Ashless shorts.
It's like leave the fart hole open.
Well, I'll have to continue the trend when I come back.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what we miss about you.
Yeah.
Ed, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I was actually watching a game this week, and you know how they got those little bands on their helmets, all the players in the NFL. One said "Stop Hate," and I noticed it because he was smacking another guy in the head, and I could read "Stop Hate" as he was like hitting him. Irony.
Hi, Jeff. Jeff said hello, fellows.
Hey, Jeff.
We're leaving, Jeff. So
Horts.
thanks for showing up. So yeah, closing thoughts. Nothing. Good day, good show. We all kept our jobs, so that's a good thing. Eric, anything you tell us?
The night is young.
Don't speak too soon.
No. I know about that league. I'll send you a text and we'll get that set up. Hopefully by tomorrow night I'll get it going.
Alrighty.
So if you guys want to get in, I'll let you know. But besides that, you guys, anything else? We're good. All good.
No,
All
we're
ready
good.
to take off and watch some football.
Yeah.
Are you ready
Yeah.
for some football?
I am.
Okay.
I'm
We're
ready for Katy
dogs.
Perry.
I'm going to do my own beer show here in a minute.
So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. It's playoff weekend, so nothing better than that in the NFL. So have a happy playoff weekend, guys, and thanks a lot. Take care. Have a good night.
I hate goodbyes.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys than highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels so